it's a pleasure to meet you, man. I know that you've been around the block, so to speak, and we share the connection of Ilir, our barber. And
Yes,
I'll give him some roses here because he was the one who was talking about you. He was cutting my hair, and he was telling me, he didn't tell me to have you on the podcast for any other reason other than you're an interesting dude and you have a story. And I told him, I was like, if you ever have anyone that you think is interesting with a good story, you let me know. So 10 for 10, Ilir, I appreciate you.
Man, Alir, shout out to Alir, man. And it's crazy because he kind of told me the same thing. I'm sitting in the chair and he's like, Jano, bro, you need to type in. He made me pull out my phone. He's like, type in Easy Talk on Instagram. And I typed in Easy Talk, like TOK. He's like, no, give it here. He types in and he's like, Jano, you need to go on this podcast. And I'm like, at first I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I was like, maybe when you sometimes hit somebody up, they don't even reply on Instagram. I was like, I'll give it a shot. I hit you up right then and there, and here we are. I just want to say thank you for having me in the first place. It's a pleasure being here,
dude. Thank you for reaching out. Seriously, I wish more people would. Yeah. There's a lot of people that I've asked. You'll understand this because you're a fellow Balkan. Mm-hmm. There's like a lot of pride and ego that comes with men. And sometimes it's misplaced. Like, I've asked people, and some of their replies have been like, why didn't you ask me earlier? And I was like, come on, sorry. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, would you want to be episode 1? Like, what do you want me to say? In fact, I would make the argument that I'm asking you now is actually a plus because I've had so many of these episodes now. Yeah. Dude, there's been a lot of episodes that I've done that were bad. Like, because I was learning myself. We're going to talk about this later, about your music career, but like, I'm sure the first time you tried to like sit in a studio and record something, it's not the same as the 10th time, the 100th time, or the 1,000th time, right? Same thing with everything else in life. When my first episode to my 10th episode to my 100th episode, completely different episodes. So I just, I wanted to say thank you to you for just being cool about the whole process. I know that we originally booked something, but then there were some circumstances that happened, so I just appreciate you being here today. Yeah,
and just before we continue, Greg, can you, I have something for you here.
For me?
Yeah, can you, bring that over here if you don't mind. So I don't have to get on now.
Oh, no, you're good. I appreciate that. No way.
This is my gift for you.
What is this, a Strike Force glove?
And it's a signed Strike Force glove. Try to guess who it's signed by. You'll never guess.
For the record, can we go on my camera for a second? Just so everyone knows what I'm working with here. All right. I'm not working with a lot. I'm going to throw a curveball here. Fedor Emelianenko. No?
No, man.
I wasn't close?
No.
Why should it be like someone on the prelims? You never heard of him. Oh, an OG. All right, hold up. Give me. I want 3 hints. Okay, I'm gonna ask 3 questions. Number 1, black or white?
Neither.
Okay. All right. Now that helps me. Is he older now?
Yeah.
Implying he's an OG.
Yeah. He's from the U.S.
He's from the U.S.
If I give you the next one,
it gives it away.
Maybe.
It's not Ken Shamrock. Okay.
Think West Coast.
Dude, that doesn't Daniel Cormier, Nate Marquardt. I mean, dude, it's I don't fucking know.
Nick Diaz.
No way. Yeah. Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Funny that you said that. These nunchucks were given to me by a previous guest. Don't be scared, homie. Nate Diaz signed these.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
Bro. That's
if you don't mind, this studio is a testament to every guest and their gifts.
Yep.
So I'm going to put this right here as well, if that's okay with you.
And on the back of that, there's a little, I don't know if you want to take it out. If you want to leave in there.
Yes,
there's a little authentication card.
Oh, I appreciate
So if you want to.
Dude, seriously. Thank you so much. That's a hell of a gift.
Yeah.
Now I got both the Diaz.
I'm glad you like it. Dude, yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Fucking world.
That's so crazy, man.
Do you like MMA? Are you a fan?
Yeah. Actually,
Strike Force, that's a throwback.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but
by the way, thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a throwback. There's not many of those. It's a very good gift. I can't say this enough. Like, I'm very generous. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. But yeah, I love MMA. I love all sports, really. I played soccer. I really love MMA now because it's something that I do every day in a way. So I have this page on Instagram. It's called MMA Incorporated for you guys if you want to check it out. And
I'll put it in the description. Don't worry.
Oh my god, yeah, and I make daily videos. You know, I'm always in the loop with MMA. So,
are you making the videos out of passion? Out of like it's a sport that you enjoy? Like, what was it that spurred you to even create the channel?
Not even passion. It's just I don't know. I just didn't mind it. You know.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, when you start doing something, it's like you get bored of it. No, it's just something I never got bored of. You know, I have a training background too. I used to train Muay Thai, a little bit of jiu-jitsu and that type
You're
of
in
stuff.
St. Louis?
Yeah. Muay Thai here in St. Louis, but in Chicago for
oh yeah, because
jiu-jitsu.
Should we also say that because you kind of commute back and forth?
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. Chicago's like my.
Are you a St. Louis native or a Chicago native?
St. Louis.
Okay, gotcha. And you go there for, I'm guessing, work and whatever
Business,
needs
friends.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many friends I have out there, man. Chicago people it's kind of like a different atmosphere. Have you ever been out there?
Yeah. We go out there. So I frequented early in my finance career. We went to more into New York based on the portfolio, but recently Chicago more, not for business, more for. My wife has friends out there that she went to college with, and I have coworkers out there. So whenever we go to Chicago, I prefer it because it's no business. Like we're going out there to have fun, which is the best reason to go anywhere. Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
So you like Chicago because of what, the network, the friends, family out there, or no?
Yeah, I've some family out there. Shout out to them too. That's before I made any friends in Chicago. That's the only reason I go there. The OGs, yeah. And I don't know, man. It's just a bigger city, that kind of atmosphere. Chicago,
a real city,
real city, yeah, real city.
I love St. Louis, I do, but it's
we love St. Louis, but you know,
it's the barrier to call something a city.
Yeah.
And then Chicago, New York,
Tokyo.
I've never been to Tokyo.
Oh man, Tokyo is crazy. I've never like actually been there either, but I know.
Well,
it's crazy.
I've been to Chicago, New York. I've been to LA. LA's more horizontal, not vertical. Like Chicago and New York.
Yeah.
I've been to Minneapolis, which I mean, technically you can consider it a city. All of them. I don't mean to sound like I'm shitting on St. Louis, but all of them dwarf St. Louis. Like when you go to these other cities, you start to realize like a little bit. I don't want to say how small St. Louis is, but like St. Louis has a lot of potential. Yeah. It has a lot of potential to be in the central of America, to be the cost of living that it has, for the land to be so cheap. There's a lot of potential that could easily be taken advantage of.
Well, have you been to Kansas City?
Yes.
Like the way that Kansas City expanded and how they look like, I feel like St. Louis
could do it. Yeah.
Could.
Well, I think the difference is also the demographics there, though. I mean, Kansas City, first of all, Kansas City is smaller than St. Louis. Let's call a spade there.
Yeah.
But I will agree with you that Kansas City has changed a lot, especially in the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Once they did the Power and Light District, I believe like 15 years ago, which is the same company that owns Ballpark Village.
Oh, no way.
So the guys that did Ballpark Village also did Power and Light District over there. Yeah, they're fucking sharp individuals. And I'm fairly certain that they have more established commerce areas in other cities. I just don't know off the top of my head, but I know for a fact that Power and Light and Ballpark Village, same company.
Yeah.
But sorry, went down a rabbit hole there. First of all, thank you for the gift. We were talking about MMA in your channel, but let's also take a step back if you don't mind. You are an immigrant American similar to myself, right? You were not born here in the United States. I'm not gearing towards the political side of this conversation. I have more of just like a generic question for you. How old were you when you came here? How is it that you came here? You have Bosnian ethnicity, correct? Both of your parents are Bosnian. I would like to start the conversation here. I want to see like how we got to the point we're at today from the beginning.
Well, my father and mother came here in 2001. I was born in 1997, so...
Oh, you're young. Yeah. I say young. I'm only 5 years older.
Yeah, so, you know, I was 4.5, 5 years old when I came here. And, I don't know, where are you from, actually?
So I'm from Albania. And I'm sure we have some similar stories. So I am fully aware of the conflict with Serbia and the war that ensued. I'm fully aware of a lot of the geopolitical natures that happened around the early 1990s. So 97 would have been like post-war, but I'm sure a lot of the same fallout. So I'm sure a lot of your childhood, especially from your parents having to grow up in that environment, because if you came here, when you say you were born in 97, but when did you come to America? 4.5, so 2001. Yeah. I'm sure your parents lived through all of that, including the escalation, the conflict, the resolution.
Yeah.
Do you talk to your parents about that
Yeah,
time?
yeah. I mean, I'm even being raised up, I was always educated, even as a kid. Like what happened in a sense. Obviously, not as much as when you're a kid. They don't tell you a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. They're gonna
But
hide a lot of it.
yeah, but it's like always knew that as a kid. But like now as an adult, when I kind of put myself in their shoes, how do I think? Before it used to be Yugoslavia. Before the war broke out. So before they were all living, normal lives. They were all happy. They all lived in unison with each other, right? And then out of nowhere, you just have this tragic thing happen, and
I would make the argument that they lived as peacefully as people can live.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I would make the argument that because of the Cold War and the factions therein. So for those that don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I am not trying to educate anybody on Balkan history
No,
here,
no, no.
but let me give like a high level synopsis.
Mm-hmm.
Post Cold War, when when the Communist Party of Russia basically collapsed and fell, there were a lot of power vacuums in the Balkan regions because if you recall, that's where communism and the Western alliances kind of met. Were around Albania, Bosnia, Romania. In fact, I can't speak too much about Bosnia, but I do know this about Albania. Like Albania itself was like cut down the middle, and the southern side was mostly Muslim because of its proximity to the Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, and
Yeah.
the northern side was more Orthodox Christian because of its
Yep.
proximity to Greece and so on and so forth.
Yep,
It was funny to hear this growing up because it's the same people,
Yep.
yet it's almost like two completely different upbringings.
Yep.
Well, the Bosnians, the Romanians, the Albanians, there were a lot of different people that look very similar, but would constitute themselves as different. And when the Iron Curtain fell, it left power vacuums.
Yeah.
And there were, I want to kind of leave out the countries because I'm not trying to inflame anybody.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Long story short, conflicts arose from power vacuums and people trying to sustain themselves, take on more land, take on more people, take on more resources. And of course, war breaks out when someone tries to invade somebody else. This is, at the high level, a synopsis of probably your parents' life up to 1997,
Yep.
when then they left and came to the United States. May I ask a personal question?
Yeah,
When your
absolutely.
parents immigrated here, did they do so under the precursors of legality, or did they flee their country seeking asylum or whatever it is to get to this country? To the best of your knowledge, how
I'm not
you know?
sure how those terms work.
Yeah,
but I
maybe
know
I'm being very lawyer here.
yeah, but I know that both of my parents survived the war, so they didn't flee from Bosnia and go to, like, there's a lot of people that went to Germany.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, so no, they didn't. They were there from the first day until the last day in
Jesus.
the war, and just by sheer luck. So imagine this: my dad's neighbor in Bosnia, he came here in like 1997 or 1998, along with a bunch of other Bosnians, right? Because there was like I guess like a system, a lottery system or something
An
like that.
immigration lottery.
Immigration lottery, exactly. And then just by sheer luck, my parents were struggling in Bosnia. I was just born, all this stuff. My dad was barely like keeping me fed. And also when I was born with like a bronchitis condition. Thankfully, it like went away. But yeah, and then out of nowhere, my dad just gets like a phone call or whatever it was from
The neighbor.
the neighbor who was here in St. Louis, and he says,
Shout out neighbor.
"Shout out neighbor, man."
Changed your life.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, it was this guy named Sano. So shout out to Sano.
Did he sponsor your father and his family? Is that what happened?
Uh, basically, what was at the time is they said if you guys know anybody that was in the same situation as you, and you want to like, sponsor them. In a way.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry, I'm gonna add some context to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so the immigration lottery. What is that? An immigration lottery is when the Iron Curtain fell on ex-Yugoslavian countries, and then you get Romania, Albania, Bosnia. These countries were considered one.
Yeah.
I mean, we were different people, but under the same umbrella, right?
Yeah.
Think NATO, like European Union, North America. It's kind of similar to that, but it's a military alliance, but under the communist regime, not North America.
Yeah.
The immigration lottery was an attempt to prevent, essentially, mass immigration that would leave a nation susceptible to invasion. If you have a population of 20 million and 10 million people want to get out because they're sick of communism, they're sick of all these other things, and they just want a better life, whether it's in Germany, whether it's in any other country, it doesn't have to be the United States. Surely you understand what that means for that host country. You can't have half of your population leave in the process of a year. You will collapse literally, and then your neighbors will come in and take over. So Bosnia had this, Albania had this, Romania had this. They did basically a drawing, and if you got the drawing, you could leave. Where you went, they didn't care. It was basically like, hey, you're the number got called. Do you want to leave or do you want to stay? Wherever you go, up to you, but do you want to leave? Do you want to stay? So your parents got the ticket and they said, we do want to leave. They left, inevitably ended up in America. That's where we're at in the story. I just wanted to give some context. So you guys get here. Do you even remember Bosnia? It was like 4 years old.
Man, maybe like 5 memories that I have. But,
so basically, you're like American Bosnian.
Bosnian American, yeah.
Is that that's important? You consider it that?
Yeah.
May I ask why? Why Bosnian American and not American Bosnian?
I think that's just a term that it is.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
I don't know. That's what they always called us. So
Bosnian Americans?
Yeah.
Well, let me add context, and then I'll ask you the same question. So the reason I say I'm American Albanian, I have immense respect for my roots. When I went back to Albania, like I saw a family that I haven't seen ever. I love our conservative backgrounds. There's a lot about our culture that I adore, not just love, but adore.
Yeah.
However, America is what gave me everything. My education, my abundance, everything. I will be buried here, not in Albania. And that's why I say I'm American Albanian. It's not an insult to Albania as much as it is an affection or a love for America.
I get it. But like you're still saying you're American in the same way. No matter which way you say it, you're still saying American. But like, you were born here or in Albania?
No, I was born in Albania.
See, so the way I look at it is like,
I'd be Albanian American?
Yeah. Let's say if like, unless you're born here, you would be an American Albanian or an American.
Well, you can. I want to be careful of the questions I ask, and so I got my citizenship, right? So technically, legally, I am a citizen of the United States.
Me too.
And my thing was, once I got that citizenship, I felt as American as American pie.
You
know what I mean?
I mean, like the fact is, the most important thing is that we claim we're American too.
Ooh, I like that you say that.
You know how many people just say, "Oh no, I'm Bosnian." No, man, I'm Bosnian American.
Well, you are Bosnian.
Right.
This is the thing. It is not an insult to another to depict your affection for one.
No, it's
I
not.
can say that I love America and I'm proud to be American. While not shitting on Albania.
Right.
I would never shit on Albania.
Yeah. No.
But if you ask me, like, where I have an affinity towards, there's a reason my parents left.
Exactly.
There's a reason my parents left. And I'm not trying to shit on that country. And I'm sure Bosnia is the same way. If you go there now, it's a completely different country.
Same way,
you know what I mean? A lot of investment.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of things that are changing for the better.
Yep.
However, I grew up here. I was educated here. I met my wife here. I had my kids here. I'll be buried here.
Yeah. America gave us everything.
Dude, we're here because of America. Like, that's the way I look at it. Yeah. My father fled. He was talking to me today. He said March 13th will be 30 years to the day that we came to America. And that's funny that my dad knows that date.
Yeah.
Because that's the weight it carried for them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I know, brother. That's crazy.
So I'm not trying to poo-poo on Albania or Bosnia.
No.
But what I am trying to do is elevate America.
No,
like, thank you for everything you've given us.
No, yeah. And even my parents are greatly, like, super grateful.
Patriotic.
Yeah, and they'll say themselves, it's real. It's just real talk, bro. Like, anybody who claims differently, anybody who has something against America, then go back to wherever you're from. If you can't support America, if you can't say, hey man, like, America has given me this, it was a land opportunity and we took the opportunity, and if you can't acknowledge that, if you don't stand behind that, then
what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
That's not to say we can't criticize it.
No,
criticize it.
But then again, we can't hold back. No, criticizing is a different thing, but for us to speak from our shoes, you know.
Dude, liberals hate me because whenever they fucking start talking about shit, I'm like, hey, listen, I love you. Like, a lot of what you're saying makes sense. I get it. But like, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm by the way, I would never I don't consider myself conservative. I don't. But like, I'll hear like people say like, oh, these foreigners, like, they're coming here. I'm like, no. I love you. You're wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of them are not coming here for assimilation. A lot of them are not coming here for X, Y, and Z.
Right,
They're
bro.
coming here for a better life.
Yeah.
And that's not the same thing as coming here to change your life.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, I know, like on its face, a better life to change your life.
No.
But what I'm saying is our parents came here to change their lives.
Yeah.
And everything that you have is a ripple, a downstream effect. Same thing with me.
Yeah.
There are people that are coming here to benefit from the land but not give back to it, and that's the fundamental difference.
Yeah.
And that's not an illegal thing or a legal thing. No. That's just like a context thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be honest with you. Like if you come here illegally but your intentions are true, you can stick around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Forgive me. We went down another rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about your story, your career. Forgive me.
No, yeah.
So let's start with this. You wanted to be called Jeno. Where does that derive from? Obviously your name, but like, is that your childhood name? Is that what you go by? All your friends call it?
Yeah, it's my childhood nickname. It's like my real like friends that I grew up with. That's what they'll call me. But like my artist or whatever name, that's separate. That's why I said. But like a lot of people don't even know that.
No shit.
They don't know that
you
Jane,
rap.
No, they don't. They don't know that I go by. Jane.
Forgive me. I was like, damn, son.
Yeah.
How close can they be? You do music? What?
Right.
Let's if you don't mind me asking, because this is like a weird one for me. I don't want to sound ignorant, but I am. I have no idea how one even gets into like the music industry. Like, did you just walk me through that? Did you just like go into a studio and start recording?
Well,
did you like? I don't even understand how someone starts in this field.
I'll explain it both ways.
Okay.
So it's kind of changed in the past 5 or 6 years, to the point where basically anybody could do it. But in the way that I came up is my dad, he's actually a musician. So he, from like 5 or 6 years old, he was playing accordion and piano. And then even now, he's like probably the best. I'm not gonna say the best.
No, talk your shit. Let's do it.
He's like the best keyboard.
All you others suck.
No, they don't suck, but they know what it is. You know, like,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Real is real. But yeah, my dad in the whole USA, he's like honestly like the maestro, bro. Like he is so educated in this. And growing up as a kid, you know, he'd always have these like expensive keyboards, and like I'd like try to play, and he'd show me a little bit, and then step by step, you know, like I started playing just keyboard, just memorizing stuff, you know, recording videos, posting, and doing all this stuff. And
how young are we talking about? Like when you're talking about playing the piano?
When I first started, maybe like 6 or 7. But
so because your father was engrossed in this world, it was kind of through osmosis. It was around you.
Yeah, like father, like son. You know, in a way. So. Like,
and you gravitated towards it.
Yeah.
At what age did you know that you wanted to do something in music? That's the better question.
The second.
Really?
The second I started playing,
this is it.
But like when I saw that I was getting kind of good at it, that's when I was like, oh man, like, you know.
What is that measurement to you when you saw that you were getting good at it? What does that mean to you? Like your father was giving you praise?
No.
You were doing competitions, you were making music? Like what does that mean?
So in a way, my dad like never gave me praise in a way.
But that sounds like the most Balkan fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my God.
That's the most Balkan.
I swear.
On your dad's deathbed and he'll tell you he loves you.
Oh my God.
That's the most Bosnian shit I've heard all night.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God.
Shout out, Dad. I'm sorry.
Man.
Whenever Americans tell me about trauma, I'm like, relax, guys. We invented that shit.
I swear to God, bro. Oh my God, dude.
Forgive me. So your father...
No, yeah, so...
He's gonna watch this and be like, you motherfucker.
I swear. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how you realized.
Oh yeah,
saying that you got good. I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean?
The way I realized it is when, kind of like when I could, let's say I'd go to like all my dad's like concerts. I would literally be standing there like the whole time just with him. I've been to like hundreds of them growing up as a kid. So like when I started playing, like when I'd like hear that. I don't know, when you have that ear for music, some people do, some people don't. But like when I would hear that I would play like my dad, I'd be like, all right, that's good. I got that down. So it's kind of like I compared.
You were imitating him.
In a way.
You were trying to sound like him.
Yeah, bro. In a way, yeah, because like when like a beginner does it, you can tell it's like a difference. But when my dad does it, you can tell that it's like, oh, that's it.
Smooth.
Smooth. Yeah. So like in a way, when I would play, I'd be like, oh man, that doesn't sound right. But then like when I do like certain things, that like because it's like it's steps. There's like in music, there's like in Bosnian it's called trileri. It's like a vibrato in a way. So like when you play that on a keyboard, it comes out like sounding a certain way, and it's like all different other steps, And it's while I was just learning it, uh, uh, and from listening to my dad, I could kind of know like what was good and like how to play it. Yeah, in a way
Because
like,
of the reaction of what the crowd to what he was doing.
not just that too. I mean like he plays like all like when it's not up to the keyboard player. Like, let's say my dad playing keyboard isn't gonna be nothing like that makes the crowd go crazy. It's what he's playing that makes the crowd go crazy. So like if they're playing like a rumba,
you play
like
a so song, it's not gonna get real high.
Yeah. In a way,
you're only as good as what you're performing.
Yeah, in a way. But
can I ask another question? Was it Bosnian music specifically that you gravitated towards, or was it music in general?
Bosnian music at first, but then like through high school it was.
Can I ask what was it about Bosnian music? Was it just what you were enveloped in that you were like, oh, this is my jam?
I don't know, maybe, yeah, but in a sense too, it's like I kind of love that ethnic like kind of sound, like even with Albanian music, a lot of.
It all fucking sounds the same.
No, you might not know this, bro, but a lot.
Really, it doesn't sound the same to you.
No, it does. It does.
Okay.
But that's what I was gonna get at. A lot of so in the past 10 or 15 years, there's been a lot of Albanian producers and Bosnian producers where the Bosnian producers would buy the Albanian track and they would switch the lyrics up. So I can show you right now a song in Albanian that sounds exactly the same in Bosnian. It's just you can't understand it.
Forgive me. I want to make sure I understand this. So what you're saying is there's like an Albanian singer or a Bosnian singer, and their song is a banger.
Yeah.
So then the Albanian will go in and say, hey, I want to buy that song, and I'm going to sing it in Albanian.
Yes.
But the acoustics, the instruments, everything's going to be the same. I'm basically like dubbing it.
Basically.
Like instead of in Bosnian, it'll be in Albanian, and vice versa too.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that makes sense because like I make this joke whenever I go to weddings because I go to a lot of Bosnian weddings, I go to a lot of Greek weddings, I go to a lot of Albanian weddings. The only difference in the music is whether or not I understand the words. But like it all sounds the same to me. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting
drums,
there.
all that stuff.
Here's the other thing I'll say about our culture, and this is gonna be like, this is gonna be the most Balkan episode we do. But like I do love the way we celebrate.
Yeah.
So when I had my wedding, it was a culture shock for me. I didn't realize how American I was until I was surrounded by Albanians. Let me put it to you that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one of the things I love about like Albanian weddings or Bosnian weddings, because I was at a Bosnian wedding, the incorporation of everybody, even the dance, the vale, is like you're holding hands with everybody.
Yep.
You're getting everybody incorporated. It feels like a unison thing, a collective thing.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, like if you've never been to a Balkan wedding, the best way to describe it is at other weddings, especially American weddings. Sorry guys, you guys don't know how to do it. Take some notes. It's like isolated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a Balkan wedding is a collective.
Yeah.
In fact, spoiler warning, if you don't dance at a Balkan wedding, it is seen as a disrespectful act because you're not enjoying the moment. You're not getting into the merriment. And you know what? I agree with them.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we here?
Yeah.
Let's have some fucking fun.
Yeah, get up, man.
Get up and start dancing. Yeah. Men, boys, women, who all.
Yeah.
I big fan of Balkan weddings.
Yeah, man.
Not to shit on American weddings, but there's some shit you guys can learn.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. But like then again, that's the thing, that's culture, man.
Yes.
Like weddings have been like that for hundreds of years, It's just now it's a little different.
Thousands, literally.
Thousands, yeah. But it's just a little different now, But who knows? Back then they could have been even more lit, Well,
I think call a spade a spade. Think about it from their culture, their perspective. What else do you have to be cheerful of?
Yeah.
It makes sense when you look at it in a grim way.
Yeah.
Like the reason why we get so fucking down for weddings is when else are we going to celebrate this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
What else are we doing day to day to have fun, to get together and all that? We make a joke in a Balkan weddings that like you from a Balkan wedding, you'll get 10 more weddings. Because people will meet, people will talk, families will get together with other families. Like, you have a son, I have a daughter. We should see if they like each other. You know what I mean? I think it makes sense in the context of historical and then cultural. It is something that I enjoy immensely. I did not have it when so full disclosure, when I was younger, I wasn't engrossed in like the Albanian side of my culture. I was more like Western assimilated. I don't have an accent, I don't think.
No, you don't.
But because I married an Albanian woman, the last 5 years of my life have been like a culture shock to me. Truly. Like, I'm Albanian, but like in a lot of ways, I don't want to sound like this is not an insult to anybody, but I didn't feel Albanian. I looked at other Albanians, I'm like, man, like I don't get it the way you guys do. Over the last 5 years, I've slowly started to learn all the things that I didn't know from my own culture.
Well, that's fucking great, dude.
Yeah, I like to think. You know what I mean? And, by the way, I can speak Albanian. There are things that I value immensely from my culture.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget where I came from, but I don't want to dilute where I'm at, and that's my balancing act, right? And I'm sure you're the same way. Like, in some ways, I'm sure you're like immensely proud of your Bosnian heritage, but then you also feel this affinity for America, and neither is bad. It's just like a pie chart. Like, am I 70% today? Am I 30% today? What am I?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me.
No, you're
but
not.
I feel like sometimes I'm balancing that. Like, when I'm with Albanians, I'm more Albanian.
Yeah.
And when I'm in a corporate boardroom, I am Americana as that shit gets.
Yeah. Same here, bro. But I think it's actually very important now that you have a little more of the Albanian balance now. Because, like,
I agree.
You know, like,
when I have kids,
I
agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
You want to know what I like about our cultures more than anything?
What?
Our affinity for family.
Oh,
we have that shit right.
That's
we
what
have
life's
that
all
shit
about,
right.
man.
The respect and the admiration for our elderly, the familiar unit.
Yeah.
I do believe that it takes a village to raise children, because you want to make sure that when your daughter or kid goes out, that they're safe.
Yeah.
And how do you make sure that they're safe? If everybody else has kids and they're all together and they all want the same thing you want.
Yeah. And
everybody just wants their kids to be safe.
Yep.
And we will look at your kids not like they are my kids, but under the same parameters as my kids.
Yeah,
because my kids are with your kid.
Yeah, and like those.
If your kid's in danger, my kid's in danger.
Exactly, bro. And like those kids are probably raised the same way that your kids are raised.
Absolutely.
That's the whole point.
The same culture, the same norms.
Everything, yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that like everything is universally good. Like, that's not what I'm saying. We made the joke earlier about like Balkan fathers, right?
Yeah.
But what I am saying is, if there is one thing for a fact that I know, it's the respect and admiration that we have for the family. We got that shit down to a science.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I do like that about our cultures. And it is, a lot of times I feel like I pick and choose. There are things that I pick about American culture that I'm like, this is better. And then there's things that I pick about Albanian culture, I'm like, this is better.
Yeah.
And I feel like the goal is to just meld them together and be the best that I can be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be Albanian. I'm not trying to be American. I'm just trying to be whatever the best aspects of both are.
All right, let me
amplify that.
Let me ask you this question.
Sure.
So let's say you're trying to pick the best aspect of both. Let's say this is a off the chart question too.
I'm going to return it though.
Okay, so let's say somebody cusses out your mother. Are you going to let the American side let it go, or are you going to let the Albanian side?
I'm 33 years old.
Okay.
When I tell you I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, I feel it. But let's say it's somebody that like you would give a fuck about.
Someone I would give a fuck about would never say that.
I feel you.
Does that make sense?
I feel you on that.
I'm in a position where the only people that would say that about my mother or my family I've never disrespected anybody in my life.
But it's like you never know though too.
Absolutely. But you want to know what I would do? I don't care. Because when someone would do something against me, it's not about the American or Balkan, because what you're really asking me is, would I stand on my conservative norms, or would I let it go as if, let's call a spade, the pacification of the Western world?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, by the way. I understand the question you're asking me.
Yeah.
But let me present to you a different argument. The different argument is for me to allow this individual who would disrespect me to have power over me. I am then powerless. I exclusively surround myself with people that I love and adore, and these people would never do that to me. And so far as I walk this earth, I don't disrespect anyone. You'll never hear me say these things. Right. So I'll never present a situation where someone would do that for me. Right. Does that make sense? Right. And let's just say we have the extenuating circumstance where someone would. That person is so far away from my circle of inner peace that I just don't care.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense, and you're fucking absolutely 100% right too. And the person I learned that from is actually my dad too. You know,
Shout out, Dad.
shout out dad, man. But like, you're 100% right on that. Like 1,000% right, bro.
There are some things we were talking about the good. There are some things about our culture that I also don't like.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing that drives me absolutely crazy.
Uh-huh.
The affinity for masculinity bar no achievement. Meaning, when I was growing up, I was taught that a man is not a man by virtue of being a man is not to be respected. A man is to be respected for his achievement, what it is that he conquered, the responsibility and the discipline that he shows. However, in our Balkan culture, men are to be respected just because they have a penis.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree.
I don't agree with that. I'll go a step further. How many strong Balkan women do you know? Most of them.
Yeah. Not here, at least, I feel like.
Oh, I'm glad you fucking said it. I'm talking about if they're over the age of 35. Most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them over 35 are fucking G's.
Yeah.
There's an affinity towards that because they've had to sit second fiddle to men regardless. So they understood their place. My conflict with Balkan men is when you give someone by virtue of their birth a respect that they have not earned, they feel entitled to it.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, guys, but I will. There's a lot of Balkan men that do not deserve that respect they walk around with. And there's a lot of ego.
A lot, yeah.
So there is something about our culture I dislike, and that's it. Because I do believe that the merit of a man is to be measured by their acts.
Yeah.
The responsibility that you put on your shoulder and the discipline in which you carry that out.
Yeah.
If you cannot do those two things, then by virtue, you are not a man.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I don't like about our culture. And I feel like in our culture, this is going to make me sound like some fucking feminist, but it's the truth. This is the observable truth. I've seen women carry the majority of that burden in absence of weak men.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
And that's not feminine at all, man. That's just...
The facts.
That's the facts, bro. And it's sad that it's like that. It's really sad, but...
It's a byproduct of when you give someone something they didn't work for.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a man, therefore I have to respect you because you're a dude? No, I'm good. What have you done? Do you work hard? Are you honest?
Yeah.
Do you bring home the money? Do you honor and cherish your family? Are you a good father?
Yeah.
Whatever. By the way, good father. All these things are measurements.
Measurements. Yeah.
I consider you good if you take those into consideration. We're all going far short. Like, I'm sure I'm not the best husband.
Yeah.
I'm not the best father. I'm not the best anything.
Yeah.
Right. But what I am is I'm trying to be. Now, there's a fine line between application and actual effectiveness. Like, if I'm trying to be good, but I always do the bad thing, then I'm bad.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is I don't do the bad things, and I am trying to be good.
Yeah, but there's some people that only try to do the bad things.
Exactly. There's a hierarchy to this. Balkan culture is weird. It's both beautiful and disgusting at the same time.
Yeah, it is, bro.
There's a lot of things that I love about it.
It's because it's a mix of people in a way,
Yes.
you know, like, I don't want to go there, man, but it's like
You don't want to go there?
Some people.
Or are you saying that because you do want to go there?
I will. I'll just be openly
Sure.
say it out real, like, to the people that don't understand the American people or whoever across the globe who doesn't
We've lost
understand.
them at this point. This is all Bosnians.
Well, I hope this reaches some people. I hope it doesn't hurt a lot of Bosnians or whoever. But Bosnians,
They need to hear it. And by the way, Albanians as well. When you say Bosnians, you mean Albanians and vice versa, brother.
Same thing. There's a lot of people with different mentalities within our community. Like, there's a lot of people that are just, like, openly saying it, like, villagers in a way. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but these people are just so out of, like, tune with what reality and society actually is. Because their society and their reality is completely different to somebody that's over here. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes when those two, like...
No, I will go farther than you. I will say that there is something wrong with that. What you're saying by villager or city, let me extrapolate that. In Bosnia...
I'm trying to say there's nothing wrong with being a villager. Or
no, there's nothing wrong with being...
That's what I'm trying to say.
I agree with you there,
Yeah.
but it's the mindset.
Yeah.
You can either be a scarcity mindset person or an abundance mindset person.
Yeah.
You could either think that when Dzonny eats... that is a piece of meat that I didn't have at my plate. Or you could think when Dzonny eats, like, okay, how's he eating? What's he doing? Can I do what he's doing?
Yeah.
Can I have the same on my plate? Can we work together? Maybe there's some way that he can help me and I can help him. There's two different types of mentalities in this world, scarcity and abundance mindset.
Yeah.
I learned that when I was young, and I surround myself exclusively with abundance mindset. And if I even get the whiff of negativity or scarcity, you're not in my life.
No.
Going back to the thing about what you were saying about like disrespect and stuff like that, I just don't have people around me that would ever disrespect me.
Yep.
And also, I would never disrespect the people I have around me.
Yep.
So like, this is not something I ever walked around. And more importantly, I do respect most Balkans. Like, I'm not trying to hyper focus in a negative way.
No way.
Most of them are they're doing it the right way to their own capacity, right? Mm-hmm. Where I nitpick is some of the ego, the pride, and the entitlement. Yep. And that is something that we could all do well with relieving ourselves with.
I agree.
We're not owed anything.
No.
I only deserve what I've earned.
Yep.
And no one should respect me for things I haven't done.
Yep.
That's, maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Tell me I'm an asshole in the comments.
No. No, you're absolutely right too, bro. It's like, I'd hate to say that, like, it's kind of impossible for people to kind of get out of that mindset. So I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but like 90% of people in that mindset, like their offspring are gonna be like that.
I disagree.
But that's what I'm saying. Not all of them, but like, would you agree that most of them would be?
No, I disagree because I do not submit the son to the sins of the father. Yeah. And I will agree that the older generation is more difficult to assimilate. 100% agree on that.
Yeah.
By the way, if you took me out of America now and put me back in Albania, it'd be rough on me because I know like mostly America, right? So like by no means am I being negative. It is what it is, right? Mm-hmm. But I will say that the next generation of kids, especially if you've been born here, that's on you. Yeah. That's not on your parents. That's not on your lineage or your culture. That's on you. Because at any moment, by the way, I have family members that I'm telling this to in real time. Mm-hmm. At any moment, especially if you're a man, at any moment, you decide you want more. You want better. You will create better at any moment. Yeah. And no one is there to stop you. Was there anyone to stop you from for pursuing, not achieving, but pursuing the things you wanted to pursue?
No.
Neither for me. Now, achievement is completely different. That's on the merit of our own individual selves.
Yeah.
But to pursue it, no.
Yeah.
So I don't care who your parents are. I don't care where you came from. If you came here young, if you came here older, you get more grace with the years. But if you came here young, you get no grace from me. You came here 4.5. If you were a piece of shit, that has nothing to do with Bosnia. That has nothing to do with your parents. That has everything to do with you.
No,
if you come here at 30, different story. Circumstances are different.
Yeah.
But especially if you were born here, like I know a lot of these people are, you get no break from me. You're American.
Yeah.
Learn, motherfucker. Learn.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. What if?
Then get them out of your life.
Well, not my. I'm speaking for them.
No, I don't. Then, for them, like, how do they? Oh, dude,
yeah. How would they learn then?
You have to choose. Unfortunately, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
To be ignorant is to be in a state of bliss. You don't know how stupid you are. You don't know the shit you don't know.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is gonna get a bunch of people angry. Sorry, Greg, on this one. This has nothing to do with just Balkan cultures. White people, black people, Hispanic people, Balkans.
Yeah.
Ignorance is not limited to race or culture or creed or affinities. It is a universal human trait.
Fuck yeah.
So if you're stupid, especially in the year of our Lord 2026, when I can Google any piece of information, I say this before and I'll say it again. Ignorance, previous generations, that could be a byproduct of your upbringing, whether you were in the mountains or the village. Like, listen, dude, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in 2026, when everyone has a smartphone and you at any moment could choose to not be stupid.
Yeah.
By being stupid, that's what you chose.
Yeah.
So I think less of you.
No, yeah, you're absolutely
forgive
right.
me, but don't forgive me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So forgive me. I love the conversation that we're having, but I do want to discuss like you and why you are here. So I'm going to kind of pivot.
All right.
We were talking about your music inclinations from an early age, being around your father who was in that world literally for his livelihood, I'm assuming. That's how he made his money.
Yep.
So by osmosis or proximity, that's what you're birthed into.
Yeah.
When was it, at what age were you like, I want to start pursuing this as my like career?
What age? I was probably like 21 or 22.
So just like kind of fresh out of high school.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Middle school, high school, were you obviously working in this environment? Like,
well, believe it or not, I'm gonna ask you a weird question. You probably never even heard of this. Have you ever heard of the Gifted and Talented program?
I am neither gifted nor talented, so no. But please educate me.
All right, so
There's a bunch of people listening to this like, wait, there's a program for that?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you just showed your privilege.
And it goes deep, man. It's like a whole government like program. I just now found that out. Now, like I've been watching Ian Carroll.
Yeah,
I've been watching Ian Carroll. I just saw a podcast the other night. He did about it. I'm like, wait, hold up, bro. That's weird.
Hits close to home.
Yeah, and
so what is the Gifted and Talented program?
the Gifted and Talented program is so it starts from elementary school. You remember those tests we have to take, the MAP test?
Yeah.
The
well, that was under the Bush administration. No Child Left Behind.
yeah. There's like a MAP test and there's another test. So if they saw you were scoring like a certain thing on these tests, they'd have and not all schools had this. They would like place what I would call it would be like a handler. That's what I'm thinking about it now. They'd place like this person in the school, and they'd tell they'd basically inform your parents and inform your advisory teacher, whatever that was called, that they're gonna take you out of the classroom for an hour, 2, 3, and you guys are gonna be in this special classroom where it's like you're gonna learn some like other stuff and stuff like this, right? And I think it was like 2nd or 3rd grade.
So they took you out of the regular curriculum to put you like in an advanced class.
Yeah, and then
for what, like mathematics, science? I'm assuming that's not what yours is. Yours is what, in music, or was it in like elementary education?
No, it wasn't even music at that point. It was
just in general.
Yeah, there would be
Motherfucker
like
said,
puzzles.
I'm mad smart.
No, I hate like even bringing that up.
Why?
But
own it, dog. You got it.
I don't want to own it, bro, because like even the high school I went to,
I'll own it for you.
My dude,
good job.
Even the high school I went to, it's the #1 high school in Missouri.
And it's like, if I ask?
Yeah, it's a Metro Academic and Classical High. If you're in the county, you have no idea what the school is.
I'm a county boy.
But all my homeboys from the city or anybody from the city, you telling me you went there, they're like, damn, you're smart.
Oh, no shit.
It's like one of those schools. But anyway, even in where we were talking about in elementary school, when they would pull me out of these classes, it would be like puzzles and stuff. Like that's why I was surprised when he had this chessboard, because like I've been.
What, you think I'm ignorant?
You ignorant as a motherfucker, cuz. But no, and it'll be like these puzzles, and it'll be all types of stuff, not just like math or anything. And so that was in elementary school, and they sent this letter home one random time, and it said, "Hey, if there's an opportunity for Janan to go to this other school, we'd pay for everything, but it's like a special school because he is this special student, gifted student."
When you say special. Yeah, these are two different thresholds, my man.
Well, in a way,
shout out to all my special listeners.
Shout out to
it's 80% of us.
Shout out to all the specs, man. But yeah. So
all these guys just got off their knuckles to get angry.
Oh my god. Oh,
I'm sorry,
bro.
Anyway, Gifted and Talented program. Educate me,
but yeah,
I didn't know this existed until today.
Oh man,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel so left out.
And at the time, it was like they'll gather a bunch of not a bunch. It was like 5 or 6 of us, right, throughout the school, and we'd all go on this like certain day. Like let's say it was a Thursday, we'd all go in this class and socialize and do all this stuff. And
did you ever feel pressure from that then? If like you're being, singled out for being quote unquote exceptionally.
No, at the time I didn't really understand it. I just knew that I was good at my mom would like get on my ass about school, so like I knew everything.
Shout out mom.
Shout out mom, man. At the time it was fucking
a pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass because like imagine your mom being, and my parents, my dad too, being so strict, but like at the time you don't understand it. Same with like I didn't feel no type of way because at the time I didn't understand it. I just looked at it as like a positive thing, like, oh, I'm gonna go here and learn something new, or because that's what we would do. We go in there. And
tough love is hard to conceptualize young.
Yeah.
And then as you age, you realize why they did what they did.
Yeah, and I really hope that I saw that earlier. It took me a lot into my adult life until like 22, 23.
I didn't
realize that.
I'm 33 and I'm still. There's things that I do now as a father that I'm like, God damn it. Like, this is why my mom did this is why my dad said this at this moment. Yeah. This is why my mom did this. Now it makes more and more sense to me. I wish I could sit there and tell you that like the gravity of their actions were transparent to me at the time. It just was not the case.
Yeah, but like you got most of them though, right?
Now, yes. And there's times where I'll randomly thank my dad. I'll send a text like, Dad, I didn't get it when I was 18.
That's
I
awesome.
fucking get it now. And my dad will be like, I'm at the coffee shop. What do you want? Stop texting me.
No, but that's awesome though, bro. Like that's awesome when you come to that realization. When you...
I think everyone everyone without question will, whether or not they actually like.
Yeah.
As I age, I realize that men, I don't know how this is for women. Women, feel free to tell me to eat shit. But at least for men, we start to develop this like stoicism as we age because we're getting older. Yeah. And the tough part about men is, so women as they age, they lose their femininity, their beauty, and all these other things, but they gain things like other aspects. Well, men lose a lot of what makes them men, our youth, our vibrance, our explosiveness, our strength. Yeah, dude. I'm currently feeling that right now in my life. Like I'm in mid-transition from athlete to like dad. You know what I mean? And with that comes humility. Yeah. Like I'm not the man I used to be. Yeah. I'm not as strong. I'm not capable of the same things that I was capable of. Don't get me wrong, I'm still fucking cold. Yeah. But I'm not capable of the things that I was capable of, you know? Yeah. But what I gained is wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
Not intelligence, wisdom. And wisdom and intelligence are two different things. Yeah. So as I grow older, as I experience more from first-hand and second-hand accounts, I start to realize more. Yeah. And my life starts to become more clear to me as I get older. Yeah. And I think this is like a universal for men, whether or not they admit it or not. Oh, yeah. And for a man who lives a life, I'm not saying that you have to be like this, like, you know, saint. You can sin, but you're striving for more. You're trying to protect. You're trying to be better. Yeah. These moments will hit you in a positive way. But if you are a coward, if you stray from responsibility and discipline, if you hurt others, if you steal, if you lie, these moments will hit you like a truck. Oh, yeah. Because they'll only show you your truth. Oh, yeah. Does that make sense? Oh, yeah. And as you get older, it'll only become more apparent. Yeah. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier about, like, at any moment, you can choose to be different. Nothing is written in stone. How do you like the black?
Man, it's way smoother.
It's way smoother. Yeah. Different whiskeys for different things, man. I started them out with a Rip Van Winkle 10. That one was a little rough.
That one was. We still got through it though, but slowly but surely, you know.
God bless.
I don't know how this one's gonna smack me though, man. I might be.
We'll be here for a while.
Yeah.
But, so you were in this gifted program at a young age for intellect, not necessarily catered to just music. Right. Was there ever a moment in your time where you thought about other paths? Because if you're in this gifted program, I'm sure you're getting told about finance and law and technology and engineering and all these other paths that you could have taken. Was this ever a variable for you?
Nah, man. Not even in high school. Like when it's like junior, senior year, when you're
start thinking about this.
Start thinking about it. I still didn't know, bro. Like I had this like crazy ambition to like try to be like a politician or some shit like that.
Why?
I don't know. It was just like the only thing that
made sense to you.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Did you want to make a difference?
Yeah. Yeah, in a way. So like, instead of like going down that path, I kind of like took it to music and try to do it that way. But I feel like that's still in the end, I'm gonna pivot towards something else.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, do you mind if I pivot to the music, because now you're talking about? So let's.
Yeah, because I don't want to even talk about that right now. We'll
music?
No, music. You talk about the music.
Okay. Yeah. We'll get there.
No, yeah.
So, you rap, you sing, you play instruments. Let's. I don't even know the question to like start this with, but the very first thing I'll ask is, how did you even get into this world, in the sense of post high school? You're like, I'm gonna pursue music as a way to make money / career / my profession. So not, I have an affinity for music. I like music. I'm talented in music. Now it's like day one, I'm like, okay, I'm going to record something. Like let's take a step back at the logistics, because I go back to the ignorance that I had earlier. I don't even understand how someone gets into music. Like, did you rent studio time and you just started recording something? Is that how it started?
Well, believe it or not, how it started actually is I was in my freshman year of college, and there was this hookah bar that opened up.
That's the second most Balkan thing I've ever heard in my life.
Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. And
I'm sorry. So we're at the hookah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's pretty powerful. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
I want you to sound like really loud.
Okay.
Aim it towards yourself. It's directional. Yeah, you can move it. There you go. And then you're good. You're good.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, it's all right. And
So you're at a hookah bar,
at this hookah bar, and
and the boys are like, "Yo."
it's like they had like some music playing somehow off like a iPod or some shit. And it's like it was just horrible, man. Like, you know, just
So the vibe was wrong.
the vibe was wrong, and I'm just like, and at the time I had a DJ board, right? Because in high school I would DJ my homecomings and prom.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even go to homecoming. I'll take.
Did you charge him?
Yeah, of course I did. I was just about to say I took the opportunity to make money.
He's a
and not go to
16-year-old with an
homecoming.
LLC.
I swear to God. And so at the time, like, you know, I'm seeing this, and I go up to the owner and I tell him, hey, like, let me DJ one weekend and see how it is, bro. That first weekend I DJ'd, bro, like 100 people came, bro. Like the hookah bar would be like, you know, like 4 or 5 tables, like we'll be there on like a weekend. This weekend there was people standing up. Like,
Because they're there for the music, the vibes, the energy.
yeah, because we made like a poster, you know, and we just made like a picture of me and we say live DJ. And a lot of people that came were like my friends, supporters, family, all types of stuff. And when they came,
But it was a vibe.
it was a vibe. And ever since that night, whole other group of people started coming in, you know. And I started DJing like that. That's how I really got into like doing like gig work and stuff and making money off music, right? That also pivoted into me making my first song, because at that time when I was DJing at that hookah bar, a lot of these like girls and stuff like knew I would sing, you know, because we'd like, you know, they'd be like, "Can you sing for me? Can you sing a song for me?" And I'd sing a song for them.
I can sing a song for you.
And they're like, "Oh my God, you should really make a song," you know. I'm like, "Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do." And you'll never believe it, bro. Have you ever heard of this Albanian artist called Ermal Feyzullahu or something like that?
I do.
Okay, so
Only because my father-in-law will not stop playing Albanian music in the house.
he's a G though, man.
Is he?
All he has is bangers, man. All he has is bangers.
Really? No shit.
Yeah, and
He's the Drake of Albania.
literally, bro, like the fucking and so one of my other DJ buddies and I think he lived in Serbia at that time. One of my other DJ buddies in Serbia at that time, I forgot how we were talking about it, but he's basically like, "Hey man, I got this beat that you can record something to," and it's like, "Here, listen to this song and let me know."
So
what
he
you
just
think."
gave you the beat.
Yeah, so he had a connection with this. Remember I told you Albanian and Bosnian music? He had this connection with this Albanian producer. I forgot what his name was, man. I'm so pissed that I don't know his name right now.
Anyway, shout out Albanian producer.
Yeah, shout out to that guy. And he sends me this song by him. It's called
So it's his Albanian song.
his Albanian song, right? He
and
sent
you're
me that.
like, I'm
And-
gonna rip this in Bosnian.
Yeah, and no, at first he sent it to me, right? And like I had some Albanian homeboys that will always be at the hookah bar and stuff, and I played it to them. I was like, "You guys ever heard this song?" They're like, "Yeah, we heard that song. Like, you know, it's good." I'm like, "You like the song?" Yeah. And after like they like fucked with it, I was like, I told them they were at the studio at that time when I recorded the song too. But basically, I was like, "All right, let's do it," you know. And he sends me this beat, and he doesn't. I don't know the lyrics or anything. I just write my own lyrics to it in a way. And we take the song. It's called Cheka Chu. It was my song. After the fact, I dropped that song. It got
What does
100
check out you mean? Forgive
It
me.
means I'll wait.
I'll wait. Okay.
Yeah. So the whole song is me talking about this girl and I'll wait for you. All this stuff. you know, right? It was a little.
You just sang a song.
It was a
I'll
little
wait
love
for
song,
you.
but you know, I made it for.
Hey, it's a vibe.
You know, at that time it was like more. I was more female oriented. I made it for. I knew.
Are you more male oriented now?
No, I'm more woman oriented now in a way. At the time,
I like that.
Yeah, but yeah. So I knew they would like this song, so I made it, and that song, bro, it blew up. It did. And I hate the song. Like when I hear the song,
Really?
I hate it, bro. Like, I wish I would.
Because it
delete
was your first thing.
Yes, bro. You know how? Yeah.
You don't hate the song. You hate what it turned out to be and how much better it could have been.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly, bro. And it's like when I think of every time I hear, and you'll never believe it, bro. At my first concert, it was at Club Europe. This girl is like,
Dude, shout out Club Europe.
yeah, Club Europe, man.
That was the jam.
And
Only place I can get into before a certain age.
it's crazy, man.
Allegedly.
Same, bro. Even in high school.
Allegedly.
Man.
Pause.
Hey, don't worry. Club Europe is 18 plus now.
Oh, it's 18 plus now.
Yeah, you don't have to be 21.
Lie to me. Lie to me. Because you want to know what happens when it was 21 plus. You got the 18-year-olds. Now if it's 18-year-old plus, you're gonna get like some fucking 16-year-olds. I'm telling you, that's how it works.
No,
so they're like, oh,
it.
what's the minimum? I'm close to that. Let's get through that threshold.
Man,
that's dangerous
crazy.
now. By the way, Europe was awesome. I haven't been there in quite a long time.
Shout out to Europe, man.
Yeah, but shout out to Europe. That was like high school, allegedly high school and early college years. That was the jam.
Yeah, and
so we were talking. Sorry, your first song.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily happy at how it turned out now after the fact, hindsight 2020. Right. But when you first did it, were you like?
I was excited, bro.
You're like, I'm the fucking man.
Yeah, and in the way I did it all myself, I made all the I made all the visuals, everything by myself. And,
the music video, you mean?
Yeah, it wasn't even a music video. It was just like a visual.
Got you.
But at the studio at the time, like I did in the beginning, I did like go to studios, rent out studios and rent out like an engineer. Like you pay for engineers.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
Yeah, and now at this point in time, I do everything on myself. But yeah,
forgive me. What does that mean? Meaning like you have a studio yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, God bless.
Yeah.
I know roughly what that costs. God bless.
Yeah.
It ain't fucking cheap.
And it was the best investment.
Yeah, it's an investment in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And but anyway, I was gonna say at this concert, this girl, I'm performing, and she's.
Hey, do me a favor, back up. Yeah.
Oh,
stay in front of the camera.
Oh, sorry.
Not camera, microphone. Sorry.
And this girl I'm performing, and she like brings me down like this and tells me, "Can you please perform this song?" And I'm just like, she was referring to the first song.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is she?
The girl?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bad enough to attempt this song?
No, definitely not. Fuck no.
He said, "Girl, you in no position to make demands."
Yeah.
Later on, that girl becomes his wife. So shout out, future wife.
I'll give it to her though. She was a day one fan though. So.
Hey, you know what? We need those.
Definitely do.
Could have worn a better outfit.
Oh my god.
It's all right. She knows it too.
She knows it
Deep
down inside. But yeah.
So she asked you if you could play this song, and you're like, "Fuck it, I'll."
No, definitely not. I said no, I can't. I'm sorry. And that was the thing. It's like that song. Even now, like I just hate hearing it, bro. Like
Your original song.
The original song, my first ever song.
Have you ever thought about remaking it then differently?
I haven't thought about it, but like
because if you dislike it so much because of variables that you can.
The only reason why I wouldn't is because the song like blew up so much. It got like over 100,000 views.
Okay,
and, like
it get more the next time, or it doesn't. But at least it's a better product. Because you're talking about how this is like a toll on you. Then fucking do it better. What do you have to lose? That old one still exists. Call it V2. Didn't Usher do that? Like Confessions Part 2 or whatever the fuck?
I don't know.
Gotta let it burn. Greg, help me out on this one. These are your people. Usher. Didn't he like confess? This is my confessions. Like Part 2, whatever. Yeah.
He made 2 versions.
Yeah. Build on it. Whatever.
Well,
listen, guys.
I probably would, but it would probably.
I'm not hip. All right, I'll tell you right now. I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah, it would probably be later on, bro. Like right now, I have no like.
Not on the.
Later
I think
on.
you should though.
Maybe later
if it's
on.
something,
bro.
if it's something that you felt passionately about to bring up today, it sits on you. And I think it's also a good contrast. If you did it, you can compare in real time.
Yeah, no, that's actually true.
And you could show people, look how far I've come.
I like that idea. Yeah,
it's tough because it's an investment and it might not pay off.
No, it doesn't even have to pay off. But that's actually like a. Sometimes those investments are the ones
you can do it again and not overwrite what you've previously done, but show the contrast.
Yeah,
this is part 2 or version 2, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah,
R. Kelly did that. For sure, he did that.
Hey, free R. Kelly. I'm playing.
No, he did that shit. He put him in a box.
Hey,
put him in a box. Him.
What about OJ?
Him. OJ didn't do it. OJ. The glove didn't fit. You got to acquit.
The glove didn't fit. I'll give it.
I watched the Netflix series. All right. If you think OJ did it, you know what? You're racist. You don't like black people. I'll say it. Forgive me. Everyone's like, oh my God. So
Free R. Kelly, man.
this is where it started, humble beginnings from the DJing at a hookah lounge when you're 21 years old, fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
You're in your first year of college, and anybody who's in university in their first year realizes they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just kind of like meandering through life, trying to find a path.
Yeah.
You DJ at this hookah lounge. This Albanian producer comes to you with this.
Not Albanian, Serbian producer.
Forgive me, Serbian producer
he was cool
tells
with
you that
Albanian.
he's cool, this Albanian guy.
Yeah.
And that's when you started renting out the studio time the first time?
Yeah, the first time.
Was that scary for you at all? Renting out the studio, being in the studio, your boys are, because I'm sure you brought a posse, right? You're not in there with just you and the engineer.
It was like 6, 7 of us.
So you're bringing the crew.
Yeah.
Now it's time to perform. What was that like? Were you nervous?
Man, I wasn't
And
nervous.
then by the way, because you're renting it, you're by the hour.
No, yeah.
So like, there's also a part of
And
it's like, I gotta fucking go because I don't want to pay an extra $300 for another hour.
No, at that time, like that money was like basically felt like a lot. So
Yeah, dude.
But it's like I wasn't nervous because I
Damn, that was a humble brag.
But
he said at that time that money felt like a lot.
no, it did. It did though.
I don't.
Really.
Hey, real
And,
recognize real.
My guy. But no, it wasn't like nerve wracking. It was just like a lot
Stress.
because it was me. Like if I had somebody, if I had some help, maybe it would have been like easier. Like at that time, it was just like all me, 100% me, and it was like, way too overloaded, bro. Like so much overload, but like I still got it done and everything. But it's like now that I look back on it, I wouldn't want it like no other way. I'd want it to be exactly
You
like
wanted to
that.
eat the shit that you did.
Exactly.
You learned the lessons.
Yes, exactly.
Do you have a different approach today? I know that you have your own studio, but like
Yeah.
a different approach in the sense of writing music, putting it together, performing it to record.
Yeah.
How much different is number 1 versus number 10 versus number 100? I don't know if you have 100 songs. I don't think you have 100 songs, but you understand what I'm trying to say with this.
You will
like
not
beginning, middle, and end.
All right. Let me say this.
You got a bunch of 70s love songs that have been recorded.
Try to guess how many songs.
Really? That you've recorded?
Yeah.
And have?
Yeah. We call them demos. So demos.
Give me some context here so I can have an educated guess. When
demo,
you say how many songs
here,
you have,
let me say it a different way. Try to guess how many reference tracks I have.
it's got to be a bunch, because you're trying to throw them out.
No, reference track is like, let's say you go to the studio. Let's say you go to the studio one night and you just record whatever. It's like, all right, that's a whole song right there. But it's like, maybe I don't like it how the way it is. It's a reference track. So you have.
So you're sending that to people?
No.
Sorry. I want to make sure that I understand this. This is why I'm trying to ask questions. So a reference track is you record something with what intent?
An intent for me or somebody else to have an idea what the song will be like. So like maybe like the choruses.
A first recording.
Exactly.
Do we have something here?
It's a reference, yeah.
If that's what you're talking about, it's got to be insane amounts, because you're recording shit all the time to see if there's something there. Do we have something? Ooh, that hook. Ooh, that bass, or whatever. We could take this part of this song, combine it with the lyrics of this song. I would say like over how long have you been doing this now? What, 10 years? 21? You're not 31. So 5 years, 6 years.
5, 6 years.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
I would say over 100 easily.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so over 100 easily of these reference tracks.
Easily.
So, like I said, from time 1 to time 50 to time 100, try to walk me through some of the mistakes you made, some of the lessons you've learned, the path that you've walked.
Well, first of all, let me tell you, right now I probably have 3,500 reference tracks right now. Just in 2024, here I'll show you my
So
phone.
I'm underselling this when I say 100.
No, you said
3,500 is
easily
insane.
100. You said easily 100, so it was easily 100. But let me tell you some of my here. Let me just show you the 2024. See right there, it says Tsunami 2024 demos.
Just in 1 year, he has 371 items in here.
That's 2024.
4
right?
demos.
Okay. Demos. And 2024 is like my soloist year. So basically, like what I do with these tracks, and this is like one of the best things that, how you say, like some of the mistakes, some of the good things. Some of the mistakes I made is not doing more of this. So what I'll do is I'll record all these tracks and I'll send them to certain producers, right? Where they have artists recording, right? So like right now I probably have like 10 or 15 songs that I've made that famous
Singers are singing.
singers have they took.
Do they buy the rights?
Yeah, of course they do.
So let me take a step back. What you're doing is you're recording something, and then you're sending it out like, hey, the lyrics, the bass, the whatever,
The beat.
I will sell it to you.
Yep. Exactly.
Let me ask, and this is where I would say I'm going to ask a bunch of ignorant questions.
No, it's
One would think that the way to attribute yourself the most is to get to a point where you're performing the art that you make. However, that being said, I remember I was listening to an Ed Sheeran interview, and Ed Sheeran, he said that he sold a song to Justin Bieber.
oh, yeah.
Like there was a song that he made that he was supposed to sing, but then Justin Bieber was like, I'll pay you whatever money I want that song. And Ed Sheeran sold the rights to that song to Justin Bieber. So this is not like an isolated thing. This is actually pretty common in this industry where you create a piece of art and then sell it.
Yep.
But I have two questions in this. Okay. Number one, how good does it feel to create something and then offload it versus to create something and keep it as your own?
Recording something, keeping it as your own is a lot more rewarding. You know why? Because I'm at this level right now where I can sit down, listen to a beat, and I can have an artist in mind. I can have an artist in mind. I could be like,
who it would work for,
and I'll be like, I'm gonna record the song right now for them. But when I sit down,
wow, so you're looking at it that way.
yeah, of course,
This will fit this guy,
of course,
or
yeah,
girl.
of course, even girls, yeah. But when I sit down and I say, all right, this song is for me, that's way more rewarding, bro, because that's like a whole nother level in a way. You know, I don't know how to explain it directly, but it feels like it's just like, all right, this is for me, and this is like, I'm gonna do it a whole different way. Because when I record something for somebody else, I do it in their way. When I record something for myself, I do it in my way. You know.
I didn't even know that this was a part of the thing.
No, yeah.
I know that I was saying about the Ed Sheeran thing, but I always thought that was a one-off. I didn't
It
realize
is. A lot of times it is.
Okay.
A lot of times it is because a lot of people don't do this stuff. Everything they record, they keep it for themselves, right?
Okay, so then if you don't mind me asking, why is it that you enjoy this aspect of like recording stuff for other people? Is it lucrative? Is it the money?
Not just that, because a lot of people can't do it in a way. Like a lot of people can't sit down and be like,
there's a market for this.
A market, and it's like a way of a different level of creativity. Just sitting down and like being able to hear this person on this track. A lot of people, maybe they can do it, but they just don't see it, or maybe they can't at all. I don't know. But
do you know how many people can't even make music for themselves?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but this is
I've dealt with
level shit.
I've dealt with a lot of those people too, like people who are just low level. Like I'll sell them the song for like 80% less.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't say money.
No, yeah, 80% less than what I'll sell this to like a person.
The market. So then, why do you sell it at such a discount? Because you know the people.
Because I have so many songs, and because like, the song they will buy.
The library is so thick.
Yeah, and the song that they will buy, it'll be a good song, but it's not a hit. A hit, no matter who you are, you're paying this much. You know? But yeah,
we're
that's
talking
the
about
thing.
the science now.
Yeah, that's the we gotta help.
Well,
those,
you know, you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
they know that.
In a sense, yeah, it's like nobody's forcing them to
That's
buy.
wild to me. That like, because I would always think, I have this fault of like putting everything to martial arts. So like I fought, right? So like whenever I fought, I always looked at it as like the performance that I had. I wouldn't want to have somebody else's performance. This is a wild concept for me.
Yeah.
That you created music for the sole purpose of offloading it to somebody else, and that they feel content. Like if maybe I'm wrong, like feel free to chime in and tell me to eat shit. But like if I'm a musician, I want to create. Maybe I'm wrong.
In a way, some of them do. Let's say like some of them will just take the song right off the bat to be like, oh my God, it's crazy. But some of them I have an interaction with too. Some of them will be like, what do you think about doing? You know, they'll get into.
You're kind of modifying it in real time with them.
Yeah, like they'll get into creative process.
It's not just like you're selling it and you're like, all right, buddy.
Some of them, yeah, but like most of the time, like some of them will get creative. Not most of the time, but like that's what I'm talking about. Like they'll get in the process too, you know.
Then let me ask you this: like, what is your goal with music? Then is your girl? Let me give you a couple of examples. Okay, so goal number one, money, like just pure money. You don't care if it's ever tied to you. But like it's the most lucrative. Let's say it's the most lucrative, just for argument's sake. Right. But then there's like a middle. So like you have some songs that you create, take and put under your umbrella and run with it. And then there's some songs, 50-50, let's say, that you sell off. And maybe you find some pride in it and it's lucrative in that sense, but it's not necessarily tied to you from the public perspective. Right. Then there's the complete opposite. You sell none of your songs and you're exclusively creating music just for yourself. Which path do you think you will take? Path number 1, you sell everything. Path number 2, 50-50. Or path number 3, you go to the point where you're not selling any of this shit anymore. Everything's a banger. Everything's for you. You're only exclusively creating for the top tier. By the way, I'm not trying to say that what you've created is not top tier.
No, I know.
But when you create 3,500 things,
right,
you're going to have a delta between good and bad.
Eventually, so how you said the third, it's just everything I'm recording just for me.
Yes.
Eventually, I want to get to that point because I don't want to just be recording bunch of music all the time and grinding and recording this music for other people. When I get to that point, I'm not there yet, but when I get to that point, it's going to be just like that. I'd rather take the path where I did take, and I'm not going to be this guy that just records, everything is just for me. Oh, this is so hard. Like, it's just me. No, I'd rather take that middle path, the second path, and just do what I did. Record some of this stuff for me. Oh, when this song doesn't sound like me, I'll give it to that person. Like, you can't just be, you can't, I mean, I'm not going to say you can't. There's a lot of people who do that. They just record stuff and they don't do nothing with it. So would I rather want it to be lucrative in a way? Yeah, I'll take the lucrative path. But like some people look at it as like how you said, I just record this and like I'm not going to send it out. They don't even get this concept of
let me ask the question in a better way. Would you choose a behind the scenes more money or in front of the camera but less money?
I'll take the behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, more money.
Yeah.
May I ask why? The lucrative nature, the finance?
No, not even that. It's just that.
You get best of both worlds. You can be creative and no one knows who the fuck you are.
Exactly. But like
celebrity comes with a price, dude.
Exactly.
Celebrity comes with a price.
Exactly that. And a lot of people ask me, bro, why haven't you, like some of the songs that I've showed them, like some unreleased songs, bro, why haven't you dropped this, bro? This is crazy. And like it's kind of this way when I have this feeling. This isn't me being cocky at all. Like I know,
please, brother, you're in good. Okay. I am a giant douche.
Okay,
you're in good company.
Okay, the best way I can put this is when you know that you could have made it at any point. All I need to do is just drop this song, do it right, and that's it. When you know that you can make it at that point, like how I know it, then like the other part becomes way more better, right? Because I know, and let's say one day, and I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but it's probably is gonna happen. Where I just want to prove it to myself. One day I'm gonna be like, "Hey man, like, I'm gonna drop this song just so I can blow up, just so I can prove to people."
But is it binary? Meaning, like, do you have to choose one? Can you not do both?
No, you can do both. Let's say.
So then, let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
If it's not binary, if you don't have to choose between 1 or 2, or 1 or 0, then by argument's sake, you don't have to feel like you can do it. You can actually do it. Like Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is a motherfucker.
You're exactly right.
In music. And he sold a song to Justin Bieber, who's also a motherfucker in music. So like I use this as an example because when I heard this interview, I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing. I just assumed that you all created your own music. But he wrote something, gave it to Justin, and Justin's like, I'm gonna run with it. And then it was like one of like Justin's like biggest songs. I forget what it was. You should go and fuck yourself. That was the song. Anyway, sorry. So what I'm saying to you is, or what I'm asking, not saying, what I'm asking you is, you have this confidence in you, and I think that all men need this confidence when they're pursuing any path. But it is under this guise of like, I could do it myself, whatever do it means. Simultaneously, the lucrative nature of being able to do high volume and get paid for it is also enticing. But you can do both. So then, inadvertently, I'm gonna ask you, not why haven't you, but are you doing both? Like, what are you doing today? Now we're getting to the present.
Okay. So, I am gonna do this part, the same part you're talking about. Like what? I am gonna do that, but you know.
What is this part that I'm talking about? Like making it?
Making it.
What does that mean? Making it.
Making it means.
Like, what is your threshold for making it?
Okay, so here, my threshold is, let's say this. Some people would already say I made it, right? Because my first concert, I sold out 550 to 700 people. My second concert,
God bless.
New Year's Eve, I did a New Year's Eve in Des Moines, right? So I already had this.
Iowa,
yeah.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
In the crow's field.
In the crow's field, straight up, 2019, 700 people. Then I had another concert here in St. Louis. But like,
Do you know how hard it is? I see MMA promotions that have difficulty filling 700 people in when there's 24 fighters.
really?
It is very difficult. You're underselling this. It is very difficult to sell. Dude, you're getting 700 people, different people to buy a ticket to listen to your music live.
But for me, like,
That's tough.
but for me, I would want like 2,500,
1,000. Yeah.
3,000, 4,000.
Of course.
You know?
The
So
most
like,
tickets I ever sold to a fight ever, personally, was 220. So when you tell me that you did a 700 person concert for your music,
yeah.
that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I only ever had 220 people that wanted to come watch me fight, but you had 700
When you
people.
put it in that point too, though, fighting is different, bro. When you put in that point,
It's a
220.
performance. It's a performance.
Well,
it's
still.
not. It's different, but it's not.
Well,
It's
still.
entertainment.
Well,
They
still.
were coming to see you the same way my people are coming to see me, but you can do 700. I couldn't do that.
You could maybe, but maybe you just haven't. But still, even 200, you know how many
I
people have
love
a
you. I love you. I couldn't do that.
Okay.
You are
okay.
doing something that's impressive.
So this is what I was gonna get to. In some people's view, like maybe that's making it to them, but in my view, it's like when I see like what my vision is, that's when I would say I've made it. So I'm still gonna chase that in a way, but I knew that like even if it would have happened in the past like 5 years, it wouldn't have been the right time, bro. And I've came to that realization. I knew if it would have happened then, like something would have fucked me over to the point where I'd not regret it, but I'm glad that I went through what I went through in my life. So at this point where I can say, hey man, like now if I make it, I'm gonna make it. Whatever. It's it. You know what I mean, bro?
you had to eat the shit.
Exactly.
You had to eat the shit.
Exactly. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I didn't eat the shit and have made it then. Because I mean, more backstabs like that would have been how much more misery and all that stuff.
Can I ask you about the industry?
Yeah.
So in the industry of MMA, there are a lot of people trying to always get in your pocket. I'm only assuming that in your industry, there's a lot of people that are what I call orbiters. They don't necessarily offer a whole lot of value, but they're the middlemen. What is the music industry like? Let me give you some context of what I'm talking about. So for fighting, there are two big players. There's the gym that I'm associated with, that I train at, and then there's my manager, who's doing like the middleman conversations between me and the promotion, right? The manager could take anywhere between, I've heard of 5%, I've heard of 20% of the purse. And then the gym usually takes around 10%. The reason I say that is, let's say you get a fight and you get paid $100,000. 10% of the top line is going to the manager. Another 10% is going to go to the gym. Another 30% is going to the taxes. So if you get paid, well, it's 100K, right? 30% effective tax rate, because it's at the top line. What was the revenue that you received? Now, you can expense some of these things, and I don't want to get into an accounting seminar. Right. But long story short, if I get paid $100,000 a fight, I'm getting $50,000.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like top line, after my taxes, whatever, but top line, I'm getting $50,000. I have no idea how that works in this industry. Are there middlemen? Where are the middlemen? Are you past the middlemen where you don't need them anymore? Who is providing value? Who's not? Does my question make sense? Forgive me.
Yeah. The best way I can put it is I'm gonna have to divide this question in two terms.
Yes.
It depends which. If you're trying to make it in here, if you're trying to be like a little Dirk, a little Baby, Drake, if you're trying to be, you're gonna have not just one middleman. You're gonna have a middleman and the guy behind him, and the guy behind him.
No shit.
Yeah, but like in our music, it's different. If you got it, you can do it.
What's the difference? Are you saying that because of the time, it's a different time where you can make it on your own? You don't need you don't need a producer. You don't need any of these
it's
things.
It's not even about the time. It's like, in a way, the culture too, but in a way, it's like the industries are two different things, right? Here in America, like there's a lot of stuff going on, like a lot of rumors, politics, or a lot of stuff. Like some people say, like, I don't even want to get
bullshit.
Bullshit, right? Like a lot of crazy stuff too, a lot of evil stuff, a lot of in our culture. It's not like that. If you make a good song and you drop it, everybody will get behind you. You'll have a good song with a producer. And
When you say our culture, do you mean what, the Balkan?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
making Balkan
Yes,
music.
yes.
Forgive me. I want to make sure I understand the context.
That's why I wanted to differentiate the two. Balkan
you're-
music.
What is your target market? Are you trying to be
My-
global? Are you trying to be Bosnian? Are you trying to be Balkan? Like, what is your target market?
My target market right now is just Bosnian / Balkan in America.
Got you. Second generation.
Yeah.
Second
But
generation.
When it comes in America, when people are listening in America, the algorithm is automatically going to send them to Bosnia and all those places right now. Because right now, my Instagram, it's a lot of people are looking from Serbia, from Bosnia, from Croatia. That's the thing. That's my target audience. But like even right now, I have like English songs that will like if I
Crush it.
drop them, they will probably blow up. You know, like straight English songs.
Then
like,
why do you, out of curiosity, like if you create some of these songs that you feel so highly of, why not drop them?
Because you're talking about the English songs.
In general, like if you feel confident, you said that you have English songs
Right.
that would crush it.
Right.
My natural reaction would be like, well, then why don't you publish them?
The main thing is I would rather not blow up in the American English scene because it's a lot more not my scene, right? I'm used to Balkan and all this stuff, and
You don't think it would transcend? You don't think you get like American fans for one
I think
song
I would
that
get
would transition?
I think I would get American fans, but in the way when I weigh it, I'd rather just not be involved with the people who are here in the USA.
That's so wild. Why?
It is because you're talking about record labels who are like Def
Do
Jam.
you need them?
You don't need them, but they're gonna try to like prow at everything.
Let me ask my question in a different
Yeah.
way. Forgive me.
Yeah.
So you say that you have like a bunch of songs, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are English, some of them are Bosnian, some of them you have to sell to people. My natural reaction would be like do everything. Like sell the songs, publish the Bosnian songs, publish the American songs, like publish the best, right? Like I'm not saying all of it, but let's say you have 3,500 stuff. Let's say 1% is this is the shit. That means you have 35 songs that are like, holy shit, my dude, you're gonna crush it. You have 35 of them, right? Maybe it's sub 1%, right? Like 0.5%. So what, 17 songs? That's enough for an album. Whether they're English, whether they're Bosnian, whatever the fuck they are, like help me articulate this for me. My thought process would be like, do it.
Right.
Because like good media is good media, regardless if it's American, Bosnian, whatever. Like they'll transcend. Like I've listened to like David Guetta, right? And he does trance music, but some of his music is like more upbeat. Some of it is more like female vocals. But I like David Guetta. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Regardless of the music, I like the artist behind the method to the madness. I feel like this could be a similar world where you have an English lyric song and you have a Bosnian lyric song.
Yeah.
But they're both you.
Yeah.
Do you think there's no cross hegemony between the audience?
No, there is. There definitely is. Especially taking into account how many of Balkan people are living here.
Second generation.
Yeah, second generation. There is definitely that like account, you know, but it's like I don't know. I just don't know how to answer that question in a way like
Well, what are your doubts then? Like, why haven't you done it? Not why don't you do it, but why haven't you done it?
There's not a clear reason why I haven't done it. It just I feel like it didn't happen for a reason in a way, you know. But it's not like a reason where I said like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it or not. It's just like that's the way like it panned out, right? But like to think of it like as comparing the two, like in the future, going into the future, I don't know. Like I don't know how that's gonna play out either. You know, it could go one or two ways, right?
What are these one of two ways?
But it could go either. Let's say I want to take that Balkan route and just have Bosnian fans. I'd rather have that because it's more manageable in a way, right? It's way more manageable and you can keep it under control.
When you say manageable, do you mean it's, I hate to say it this way, but it's what you know? It's more comfortable? When you say manageable, do you mean it's less stressful?
In a way, yes. Because I'd rather keep it to where I can deal with what I know than to deal with what I don't know. And the industry,
I can't knock that.
Yeah,
I can't knock that.
You know, and that's the best way I can put it. That's why I said I couldn't describe it.
It's what you're comfortable with because that's your base.
Yeah.
That's your roots.
Yeah.
So then what would it take for you to branch out, you think? So I understand why you haven't got there yet, but what is that threshold for you to be like, okay, we've achieved whatever milestone for me to now no longer feel this way?
I feel like getting to that milestone, actually. Like, once I get to that point where it's like...
Well, what is that point? Forgive me.
That point...
I know I'm asking you specific questions.
No, that point will be like, once I've gotten to this point where, I've sold out... Let's say I've sold out...
2,000, 3,000?
Not even that. Let's just say I did a whole tour in the USA and a whole tour in Europe. Once I've done that, or let's just say I did a whole tour in Europe, which I've already done before. Let's just say I did that plus like a few in America, right? And like just think about how much money that is, bro. It's a crazy amount of money. But let's say I was at that point where I'm thinking of what's like. Let's say I once crossed that threshold. I feel like once I accomplish that already, it will be a lot easier to even go past that. But it's like, I don't know if I want to go. I don't know. I don't know.
No, that's a very real thing.
Yeah.
Is there a limit to the sex? Let's say in a hypothetical world where everything goes your way.
Right.
Do you want to be a global superstar? Do you want that celebrity?
No.
So you don't want that.
No, I don't.
So then let me ask you a better question, and then we'll get back to like the logistics of the reality. But hypothetically speaking, all the variables that are in your play. What do you want out of this? Like, what is the prime example of perfection for you?
In the perfect world, I think the best thing is for my voice to reach as many people that it needs to reach, right? So let's say
then global superstar would make
right, but let's say a global, your voice is reaching a lot more people. But like, I'd rather have my voice reach the people that understand it.
You have an affinity towards.
Exactly. But so in a way,
you want to be the Bosnian superstar. Is that fair?
Right, but I don't want to be just a Bosnian superstar in terms of music.
Okay.
But like my avenue right now, it's the easiest way for me to get there, right? But like later on, I want to branch off. I want to do like other things,
What does that mean? Forgive me. Business? Politics, like you were saying earlier?
Exactly, yeah.
Politics, what, in the U.S., in Bosnia?
Both.
What does that mean?
I want to do both.
So, like, but you can't be a representative of both. Like, when you say
no,
politics,
I'm not saying at the same time. I'm not saying at the same time.
Oh, well then, some would look at that as like, I'm going to say the realest thing I've ever said on this podcast.
Okay.
It is so much easier to buy a politician than to be a politician.
Yeah.
It takes $150,000 to get a law passed in the state of Missouri.
That's true.
Why would I become one representative when I can buy 120 of them and get my law passed?
Because I'll be that representative that...
What if what I want passed is in line with what you want?
Well, then
lobbying is not good nor bad. No, it is lobbying. I'm paying for it. It's 100% lobbying.
Okay.
Lobbying is not good nor bad.
No,
it's an alignment of interest.
Right,
if you're like pro Second Amendment and the NRA comes in and they're like, hey, we want to give you money for your next election, you're like, cool. I'm already pro Second Amendment. Like, this isn't a conflict of my interest or my person. This is an alignment of interests.
Right.
We're doing mutually beneficial business.
Right.
What I'm saying to you is, if the goal is like, because now we're getting into a deeper conversation of change.
Yeah.
First, let's start with, where do you think change derives from? I'd be interested to hear that. Do you think change derives from elected politicians, or do you think change comes from capital?
No, I think change starts from... I'm not even gonna say change starts from elected politicians, but that's a great first
step.
Exactly.
Meaning you would go into elected office first.
Exactly.
This is a wild whiplash of like, we were talking about music, now politics.
Yeah.
I'm here for it because it's a passion of yours. We'll get back to music, but I'm down for this rabbit hole. So you would want to become an elected official to some capacity to do what? What is the thing that you're like needs to be changed?
I think what needs to be changed is what an elected official is thought of, right? You just said an official is somebody, who could just be swayed and all this stuff.
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, well...
What I said is, if you're Bosnian, I'm like, I like a lot of your politics, I want to put into your super PAC or whatever, that's not an alignment of anything other than I already agree with you. Your interests align with mine.
Right.
Most lobbying is not getting people to sway their judgment.
Well...
It's getting people to amplify what they already feel.
Okay. Well, my bad. I misunderstood you.
I'll tell you this right now. I give to a lot of politicians. And I don't give to any politician that doesn't already think the way I do. The reason I give to these politicians cycle after cycle into their super PACs is because they already align with my interests. So I'm not a lobbying firm.
Right.
I'm like, hey, I like what you're saying. I want you to keep being in power.
Right. But have you ever thought of like maybe they're just aligning with you for that reason?
No.
How do you know that though?
At the state level, it's different. At the federal level, you might be right. But I would also say that
even state level too.
Maybe I will give you that ground. My thing is this. I think that there is an ebb and flow to everything, and that I don't think the woes of our life stem from corruption. I think the woes of our life stem from inaction, because to enact is to maintain. And these people that are making, like, I'm giving this money to people that I'm not telling them how to vote. I like them, and I like the way they vote, so I give them money.
Okay.
So, like, if they started voting in a way that I didn't like, guess what stops? The money. Now, maybe the other people on the other side start giving them money. But what happens is, have you ever heard of the term audience capture for like streamers and stuff like that?
Of course.
Well, it's audience capture for politicians. They'll be like, I cannot not vote for this, or I have to vote against this because my constituents wants me to. But I would make the argument that that's literally the textbook definition of a representative. A representative does not represent their wants and needs. They represent the constituents' wants and needs. Now, what we're really arguing about is whether or not you're representing the masses or the elite. And what I would tell you is the same thing that has always existed since the antiquity of time and the birth of any government ever, and that is that the rich and powerful have always held the power. Whether you call them an aristocracy, whether you call them the powerful elite, what you should strive for, this is my 1,000-foot view, what you should strive for is patriotism. Because at the end of the day, human beings at the isolated individual level will always succumb to their own sins, desires, what have you. You're not perfect, right? I'm not perfect. You'd like to think that you would always do perfect unless you're presented an argument that's like a utilitarian approach, like what does the best for the most amount of people, but then I'm going to fuck the other 40%, right? And sometimes the decisions are that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make you bad or good or altruist or whatever. It's the reality. It is what it is. So what I'm telling you is I have divorced myself from the thoughts of like the representative is the one that like holds the change within them. What has been and what always will be, and I would love to hear your argument against this, is the people with affluence, wealth, and power will always maintain affluence, wealth, and power. And the one thing that you want them to do is to understand the implicit interest in having a society that grows with you, or else what's the difference between a revolution and a civil war?
A revolution is when people turn up against the government. A civil war is when people
fight amongst each other.
And but how did they get brought in between? Because every revolution, every civil war, something was brought to that.
Correct.
How did
I'll use U.S. history as an example. The Civil War was brought up because there was the 13th Amendment was brought up by the Republican Party at the time. Abraham Lincoln was elected on the premise of the abolition of slavery. Okay. And there was an entire economy, there was an entire populace of the South that said, we cannot do this. We cannot sustain our way of living if you abolish slavery. That is fundamentally different from a revolutionary war where the entire populace is in congruence with one another when they say a 1% tax on tea is too much.
Right.
And I will literally fucking kill you before I pay that. That's a revolution.
Yeah.
So when I say like, I have more in common with my neighbor and less in common with my representative. That's the difference between revolutionary versus civil. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whether my neighbor is black, white, fat, short, tall, woman, we have more in common than I do with our elected representative, because our representative represents the constituents.
Yes.
The constituents is not the numerical value of those people, is the wealth, the affluence, the power. And I would argue for anyone to tell me different. Look at the last 30 years of U.S. history.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything that like makes me seem smart. I'm literally telling you history.
Exactly, bro. Exactly how I was. But tell me this though.
So you want to be, 1 second, because I want to go back to this thought of, because I thought of this as well about running for election. You want to be the paradigm of change. You want to be the catalyst for the person that comes in and
just
cleans up the swamp.
Not
But
just
what
change.
if I told you? What if I told you that the system is working exactly as intended, and that the issue is not in the system, but the people?
Well, would you argue that for Albania too?
I would argue that for anybody with power, wealth, and influence that doesn't understand that they only have that power, wealth, and influence in America. That this is the last bastion of sovereignty to have this wealth, power, and influence.
You're right.
And you have to never forget about the little man, because at any moment in time, this is the land of abundance, opportunity, and transparency. And you have to make sure that everybody has that gateway through their own gumption, through their own work ethic, through their own transparency to achieve that level. The second you pull up the ladder beneath you, you're going to get civil war. If you keep the ladder there, but the elected officials prevent them, you get revolutionary war. There are two different things between killing the in the late 1700s you had the France Revolution, and in the mid 1700s you had the American Revolution, but in the early 1800s you had the American Civil War. All these three conflicts are stemmed from three different things. All three of those are stemmed from three different things. And the issue that we did, it's not, I don't want to say that it was an issue, because history has proven that the Republican Party was the correct party at the time to abolish slavery. But it was not without its price.
Right.
And every big change requires a price, but it requires patriots to pay it. It requires patriots to pay it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't think that there was lobbying and lying and corruption and all these other things during the Abraham Lincoln days, you're a fucking fool. In fact, as history recalls it, Abraham Lincoln held this. The South was willing to recede and come back into the Union. There were inactive talks about ending the Civil War, and Abraham Lincoln lied to Congress in real time to prevent it, to pass the 13th Amendment to abolish slavery for all time. So there was an instance where the United States president was lying to Congress in order to do the greater good. That is corruption. That is all the things that we say is bad, but he did it. It was patriotism. It was patriotism in the best ends. And now we don't have slavery anymore. Now, you can make the argument that it would have been abolished at any other time, but what I'm trying to say is history is history. And it happened the way it happened, the way it happened. So what I'm trying to say to you is, you're talking about going into politics. And by the way, I fully acknowledge that the way I speak sometimes can seem like hyperbolic or negative, but I'm genuinely trying to have an honest conversation about the reality of the land. The reality is, it takes $150,000 to pass whatever the fuck law I want in Missouri. If it's a really egregious law, $300,000. And I know 30 people that can do that.
You said in Missouri?
In Missouri. State laws affect you more than federal.
What laws have recently passed?
Marijuana, gambling. Both of those are a detriment to society.
Gambling,
Well, marijuana too. I'll say it out loud. The more drug use you have in your society, the less the society is vibrant and accessible and vibrant.
Yeah, and through who did that law pass?
Forgive me, elaborate your question. Who did that law pass?
Through who? Through who?
Congress.
But did
state Congress?
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, the state legislature, not Congress. Congress is federal, state legislator.
Right.
They got paid. There's a reason why you can gamble do parlays in the state of Missouri now, and it's fine. Shit. And it's not because you're fine, and it's not because it's better for all the people. It's because there's money involved. Is that good or bad? They represented their constituents.
Yeah. No.
Now your question is, who is the constituents?
I don't know, but like, all I'm gonna say is, bro, I'm not even worried about what's going on here, bro, because everything you said is exactly 100% factual, bro. What I'm worried about is the people in where I was born, in my homeland, the people still living in. Listen, when it was Yugoslavia, they weren't living in poverty, bro. They were living. Everybody had a car, everybody had an apartment, everybody had this. What I'm worried about now is the money that's getting stolen from them through what we would call the European. Is Albania in the European Union?
No, but they're funny that you say that. They're actively trying to get into it.
Trying to. Would you want to stop Albania from getting into the European
I think the
Union?
European Union will fall on its own in the next 5 years.
I think so too. I think not. Maybe
No,
even sooner.
Germany lit the fuel.
Even
this
sooner.
last Davos meeting.
Yeah.
Germany said openly that the European Union is a failure,
Yep.
and they're right.
They're
By the way,
absolutely
I would
right.
go as far as to say as NATO's a failure as well.
NATO's a failure too. I agree 100%.
So then, let me.
So who's gonna be there to when the European Union crashes? What's gonna happen to
It won't crash. Democracy doesn't die with a bang; it dies with a whimper.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not saying that the European Union or NATO is a democracy. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like change is like a death by 1,000 paper cuts. Very rarely in human history is there one huge moment where like, you know, instead of going left, you go right and like you change the trajectory of history. Usually what happens is like step 1, then step 2, then step 3, and 3 led to 4, 4 led to 5.
Like domino effect.
5 led to 150, and then 150 was the one that toppled the Roman Empire. But it's not like Rome fell in a day. Right? Or nor was it built in a day.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, you know, hindsight is 2020, and we can always look back and say like, this is why this happened. But in real time, if we're to be honest and not just honest, but like brutally honest about the landscape, this is the truth of humanity. The truth of the humanity is they're hard to govern because of free will. So it's not the question of like what we should do. Unfortunately, the question is, what do the people want? And sometimes the people want self-implosion. I see people growing in socialism and communism in this country because they don't have. That's a direct reflection of the affluent, powerful, and rich failing the common man. I don't blame the people for wanting self-destruction because the system that's in place doesn't work for them. I don't blame the common man for choosing Mamdani and all these other people. What I blame is the powerful, the rich, the affluent for allowing it to get this bad, for allowing their greed to supersede their own self-interest. I trust greed. I trust you to do what's in your best interest. Just like him, just like her, just like me. I'll do what makes sense for me. And if that also includes helping you, great. But if it doesn't, sorry. So what I'm trying to say is I don't blame the people for choosing self-implosion, even though they don't understand what they're choosing. I blame the people that are in charge for losing track of the ship, so to speak.
Yeah, because you can't blame the people, bro. Those are the only people you can charge.
The system doesn't work for them.
No,
they can't buy a house. They can't have kids. They can't get married.
Yeah.
They don't have any future. They don't have any hope. They don't have any dreams and aspirations. And then you wonder why they choose the crazies.
Yeah.
Because anything seems better than self-implosion, even if you choose self-implosion.
Yeah.
And I do blame the people that are in power for that. Yeah, 100%.
Me too, bro.
So when I go back to my thing of saying, and I hate to say it this way, I don't believe representatives cause change. I believe men with money, power, and influence have always held the power for change and can execute that power whenever they see fit.
But let me ask you this.
I hate to say that.
Let me ask you this, though.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Your morals, what you believe in, do you think you could be bought out of those morals?
Yes. There's a price on any man.
That's true, but how...
It's a lot of fucking money.
That's what I was gonna say. What's my price to sell out, bro?
It's different from mine, but there's a price.
That's what I was gonna say.
Now, the better question to ask is, why would I put myself in a position to be sold?
Because you have to go against your intuition of me saying I'm gonna be sold for this price. You have to go against that and say
I'll create an empire and then make it so that I can't be bought. The truth of the matter is, enterprise has always superseded politics. You're mad at Elon Musk and you're mad at Jeff Bezos and you're mad at all these people. Why?
Right.
Because they have power. Why do they have power? Because they have money. Why do they have money? Because they created something that is so monumentally large and financially stable and creates so much value and wealth
that can't be stopped.
That they can't be stopped. Yeah. So in reality, the real question is, do the people in charge, truly in charge, align their interests with the masses? And if they don't, you get a civil war. And if they do, you might get a revolutionary war. Yeah. And if they're patriotic, you have prosperity. I believe that humanity is best when they think of something above themselves, whether that's God, whether that's country, whether that's family. I think the best men are the ones that choose their family above them.
Yes.
I think the best people are the ones that choose God above themselves. And I think the best nation is the one, ask not what your nation can do for you, but what you can do for your nation. Yeah. I think that's the correct course of action. Because when you rise to the occasion past yourself, you will be better than yourself. The problem is we live in a society of isolation, a society of greed, a society of temptation, lust, all the 7 deadly sins, we literally have a pride month. And pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. There's a reason why I have a picture of greed. It's the embodification of greed. It's a painting, right? He's here holding money. Why? Because greed, in my opinion, of the 7 deadly sins is the least bad. It's the least bad. It's the human drive for more. Yeah. But too much can envelop you and cause you to become corrupt. Duly noted. Yeah. But out of all the 7 deadly sins, wrath, pride, sloth, this is the least bad. Yeah. That's why I have a picture of that. To go back to the... Forgive me, because I'm fucking monologuing at this point, and I'm sorry.
No, bro, you're absolutely right. Everything you're saying is absolutely fact.
Long story short, the one thing that prevents me from being black-pilled is greed. Yeah. I know that Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and whoever it is that has the wealth, affluence, and power to sway the politicians that we elect, I trust in their greed for their own self-interests. And once they realize that it's not with Russia, it's not with China, it is only with America.
Yeah.
Let me say this again. There is only America. Everything else is a mile of shit before you get to number 2. I trust in their greed. I don't trust in their patriotism or whatever it is that you want to, their morals. Yeah, okay, good luck with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know a single man that makes $30 million or more and is faithful to his wife. I don't know a single man that makes more than $5 million a year and like doesn't do some shady shit. Yeah. What I've realized with money comes all the hubris of man.
Yeah.
And I'm not better than them. The only difference between me and them is I haven't hit my number yet. That's the only difference.
Damn.
But when I hit my number, I'll change too.
Damn, that's deep, bro.
And if you disagree with me, I'd be like, I'm not trying to sound like I fucking know it all. This is my observation anecdotally and what I believe. I'm around wealthy, affluent people. Yeah. I hear the way they talk.
Yeah.
By the way, some of them are black, some of them are Hispanic, some of them are white. And I'll tell you this right now. If you think race separates us, you're a fucking idiot.
Wow.
Class separates us. A poor black person has more in common with a poor white person than they do a rich black person.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's not racism, it's classism.
Yeah.
It's not genderism, it's classism. Everything, think about it, the women and the men that you meet are a direct reflection of your socioeconomic status.
Yeah.
And if you increase the money that you make, you're going to start meeting new people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the conversations you have are going to start being different. They're going to go from surviving to thriving to planning for generational wealth.
Yeah.
I've seen it in real time because I grew up poor. And I'm what you call new money. And new money is available to conversations that I've never thought about. I've never even had the ideas of these things. And these people are talking about generational... Dude, the money that these people fucking... I went to a dinner where the individual was talking about an algorithm to subvert the DMVs in the state of Missouri, all of them, because they're privately owned. The state outsources DMVs to individuals. God. And they said that they could create an algorithm where their baseline was zero profitability, and that if they did that for 2 years, they could own all the DMVs, drive everybody else out because no one wants to work on zero profit margins, and then they can increase the prices through legislation because then they could pay $300,000 to increase the DMV prices.
Bro, that's
you want to know who did that? Someone very fucking close to me. And they did execute that. They own 21 DMVs in the St. Louis and metropolitan areas. They went in there at zero profit margins for the first 9 months, and after that created legislation, passed legislation. It cost them $100,000 to pass the legislation to increase the cost at your DMV for your plates, for your new licenses and all that sort of stuff. And then they were able to make, I think, $1.8 million in the first 3 months of passing that legislation. Bro. Because what they did was they centered it around increasing the cost to inflation rates, that we haven't increased the cost of like renewing your license or whatever for 20 years. So we have to increase it with inflation. When they came in to get the bids for the DMVs, they did it at the lowest common denominator and got the bids, because who's going to work for zero money? Then once they're in, they pass the legislation to increase their profit margins. This is how life is worked.
That's crazy.
What I just told you, that's the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
And I was at a dinner when he's discussing this, and he's discussing $1.8 million in 3 months.
Man.
That was 2 years ago. So what I'm trying to say to you is, you want to make change, make money.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You want to make change, make money.
Yeah.
And if you want to make money, build something. And if you want to build something, be it in America. And the only difference between you and me and Elon Musk is the number. And I haven't hit it yet. So I'm not trying to say like I'm some altruist. I'm a man just like any other. I sin just like any other. I'm susceptible to all these things like any other.
Yeah.
I like to think that I'm good, but I do bad shit. And if it's between my family and yours, I'm choosing my family.
Yeah.
To whatever extent that means.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, I don't think it's a zero-sum game. I don't think that we should look at it as like, for you to have, I can't have. No. It goes back to my, abundance mindset or scarcity mindset. I think that there's enough seats at the table for everyone. I truly do. Especially in America. I think the only thing that we have to decide is, do we want the table to be big enough? Do we want them to have the abundance? That is what we are. That's what we're we're deducing this in real time. Yeah. Right now, we're living through it. Because right now we're coming to the Titanic running into the iceberg. Yeah. We cannot continue on this path. We can't continue on this debt. We can't continue on this path of mediocrity and less quality of life for our generation. Our generation is feeling this in real time in a way the previous generation does. We're the first generation that we're having less kids, we have less optimism, we have less opportunity, and what more than anything, we have less assets. Yeah. We're cash rich and the dollar's crashing in value. Yeah. So congratulations. You got $100,000 today. That's if you made $100,000 in the year 2000, it'd be equivalent to $184,000 a year today. And if you make $100,000 today, it's the equivalent to $54,000 in the year 2000. So fun fact, if you make six figures today, you make $54,000. Real income. Man. I know so many people that make six figures that it doesn't even fucking matter to me anymore. Yeah. When someone tells me like, oh, I make six figures, I'm like, okay, are we like above or below 500,000? Yeah. That's the new threshold. Yeah. 500. Yeah. That's the new threshold. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. I'm going to sound like an asshole. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. This is, if you ever wanted me to like pull the curtain down and show you my life, welcome to my life. You make six figures? Okay. What, 200,000? That's funny. That's cute. I know people that make $200,000 that can't afford a home. Because they have student loan debt, they have a mortgage, or not a mortgage, sorry, they have their rent, they have their car payments. God forbid they wanted a kid, take them to private school because public school is broken. Yeah. All of this can be solved in the next 3 years. All of this. It just takes people to want to solve it. Yeah. And not your representatives. Oh, yeah. It takes the people above your representatives to choose, hey, do we want a revolutionary war where we lose power, or do we want a civil war? Or do we want no war? I just fucking monologued for like, I think 20 minutes, dude. I'm so sorry.
No, man, that was straight factual, bro. Everything you said, bro. I couldn't have said it better myself, bro.
You're my age, you're 28, right? Yeah. Do you think about this shit?
I don't think about it as much as I feel it, but like, I don't keep it in my mind 100% of the time, right? Like, I think about it as I see it, bro. Like, I talk about it.
Do you talk about it with like your friend group? Are they around your age? Your inner circle.
Yes and no. Like half of them are.
Some older?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have some old heads. Sorry, guys. Shout out old heads. I got them too. Some old heads, some guys your age. What are those conversations like? When you get together, what are some of the conversations you're having? Is it about entrepreneurship? Is it about home ownership? Is it about starting something? Or is it bitching and complaining about the life?
It's mainly just bitching and complaining. Most of them all have houses, all have everything that.
Oh, okay, they're crushing it.
Well, yeah, if you want to.
Dude, if you have a house,
yeah.
If you, I hate to say it this way.
Yeah.
If you have a house in 2016, you're crushing it.
Yeah.
2026, not 2016. 2026. Sorry.
Yeah. But it's like the way their mindset is, bro. Even when you do have a house, where you have all this stuff, bro. If your mindset is greater, bro, it's still even hard to reach that greater mindset, bro.
Agreed. Thriving is difficult.
It is, bro.
And a lot of people feel like they're surviving. Unfortunately, having a house used to be the epitome of middle class.
Yeah.
And what we're really talking about is the middle class has eroded to where less and less people own houses. And then it creates this level of house owners or family havers, like they have kids. And they start to think to themselves, like, I want more.
Yeah.
But that threshold is so difficult to just simply have more.
Yeah.
And that most people are just wanting to own a home.
Yeah.
That's so fucking dark. My only consolation, the only thing that keeps me from being black-pilled is I trust in the greed of man. And that at some point, the people that are affluent, wealthy, and have power will see that this trajectory is unsustainable and they'll change it.
Yeah.
We also help that there's a lot of socioeconomics and geopolitical factors that help us. The one-child policy in China has eliminated them as a real superpower.
Yeah.
Just wait 10 years.
Well, do they still have that or no?
No, they had that. But the problem with generations is you don't have net immigration. People want to leave. I hate to say it this way, but when the communist regime fell, if you were to take any look at any 1 year from Bosnia or Albania, I bet they had more migration out of the country than into the country.
Oh, yeah.
How do you think China is? Communism. Once you get to a certain point, don't you want more?
Yeah.
Now you have the government stopping you.
Oh, yeah.
So where do you want to go?
Oh, yeah.
You want to know what China's number one problem is outside of demographics? People wanting to leave. Where do you think they want to go? I trust in the greed of man always. I don't trust you to do the right thing because you think it's the right thing. I trust you to do what's in your best interest. And if I can align those interests, that's what we call business.
Yeah.
I don't need a favor. I need you to do what's in your best interest. And I'll create a business to do that. So what I'm trying to say is I have a lot of faith in the future. I think what we're feeling right now is the stupidity of the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's going to get worse than it gets better, before it gets better.
Yeah.
But COVID gave me a lot of optimism. Because in COVID, I saw our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, our way of life get attacked. And it survived.
Yeah.
And it survived.
Yeah.
Say what you want. It was a crazy time. It was a crazy moment in political theater. But it survived. And it survived a Democratic president. It survived a Republican president. It survived.
Yeah, you're right.
That the founding fathers were infinitely wise, maybe even preordained by God.
Yeah.
And they created something. The greatest creation by man is the Constitution of America. The Bill of Rights subsequently is the greatest creation. Everything else is tertiary.
Yeah.
And I would even make the argument that God helped in that.
Yeah.
Just think about how much it's overcome.
Yeah.
We can say all the things we want to say. We can bitch about all the things we want to bitch. At the end of the day, we're still here, and we're still bitching and complaining.
Yeah.
And guess what? 30 years from now, we'll be still bitching and complaining, but we'll still be here. I'm curious to see what Russia looks like. I'm curious to see what China looks like. I'm curious to see what North Korea looks like. I'm curious to see what India looks like. I'm curious to see what South America looks like. Yeah. And I'm also very curious to see what Canada looks like. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. I said this once, I'll say it again. There is America, and then everybody else. I will die here. I'll be buried here.
Yeah, same.
That's why I say I'm American Albanian, not Albanian American. More than anything, that's why. It is not a reflection of my Albanian heritage, but it's a reflection of the admiration I have for the American system, people, government, what have you. This is the rightest way that's been done so far.
I see where you're coming from.
Forgive me.
No, I see where you're coming from, bro. That's respectful, though. Respectable, though.
Yeah. I'm a patriot. My number's high. To answer your question from earlier, my number's really fucking high.
Yeah.
It's not undoable, but it's really, no one would pay it. Let me put it to you that way.
Yeah.
No one would pay it.
Yeah.
By the way, we're 2 hours into this. When do you go to Chicago? You go to Chicago soon?
Probably the first week.
Are you going there for a tour, work?
I was just going there, shoot a few videos, and
come back.
Come back, yeah.
Would you ever want to do this a second time?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Okay. I feel bad because I feel like I hogged this conversation now that we're.
No, you didn't.
In
bro.
retrospect, you know what I mean? I wanted to talk more about you, your story, your path. But when we started talking about the politics, this is the shit that I fucking live in day in, day out.
No, and I'm glad that you actually did. And I hope so many people, as much as they can, they see this, bro, because everything you said, bro, you know.
Can I ask you a couple questions before we put a nightcap
on
this? Yeah. There was an emphasis that you had on the political sphere. Mm-hmm. Do you think that what I have said has swayed you in any way? And if so, what do you think that is? Because I hope I didn't black pill you. Does that make sense?
So
I
what
think-
is black pill? What is
Black pill means like there's no hope. So
Oh, no.
red pill is like a conservative,
Oh, no,
right?
no, no.
Blue pill is a liberal.
Yeah.
Black pill is like, it's all fucked.
no.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
no.
when I say like, I hope I didn't black pill you, I
No.
hope I didn't remove your sense of your hope,
No.
your wishes for the future.
No, absolutely.
Okay,
not.
good. Sometimes I feel like I can be like
No.
super cryptic.
But like, isn't it crazy how sometimes when you say the truth, bro, that like it feels like,
Well, you know what it does? It reminds you how powerless you are.
yeah,
Are you a billionaire? I'm not.
no, sir.
Guess what? I know a lot of millionaires.
That's crazy.
I don't know a single billionaire.
Yeah, me either.
I hope one day I get to that level, and then I get to that affluence and that power, so that I can enact change. It's
Yeah.
like I do want to, dude. I do a bunch of shit now that, like, to your point, I'm sure there are acts in your life that you do that are a cost to yourself. Like you
Yeah.
lose value. You
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
whether it's time, whether it's money, but you'll do them because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
Imagine if you, with the money that you make today, imagine if you made billions of dollars
Yeah.
and you still thought the way you did, how much good you can do. Well, my thing is the people that are in power and affluence and all that stuff, they do that, but for what they believe is important.
yeah,
And what they believe is important might not be the same thing you believe is important. It doesn't make them right or wrong. It makes them different. It's perspective.
yeah,
You might be for Palestine and they might be for Israel.
yeah. Yeah,
I hate to say it that way.
yeah. It's deeper than that, though. It's way.
Well, the problem with politics is they're always trying to make it shallow,
Yeah,
face value.
yeah.
It's all. Let me ask you this: why do you think the way you think, or why do you think you think the way you think? Is it from propaganda? Is it from your upbringing? Is it from your parents? Is it from your environment? The politics. I'm not even asking if you're conservative or liberal or
yeah.
whatever. What I'm asking is, what has led you to the path today? What do you think is the number one variable for the way you think today? Do you think it's nature, nurture?
A little bit of that, nature and nurture.
What's number one?
God.
God.
Yeah,
Are you Muslim or Christian? Forgive me.
Muslim.
Okay, so you're Muslim. So
Yeah.
when you say God, you mean Allah.
Yeah. God,
Can-
which
can
is just
you-
a translation for God.
Forgive me. But
Yeah.
the reason I say that is because there's the trifecta, right? Judaism,
Yeah.
Islam, and
Yeah,
Christianity.
yeah.
By the way, you say God.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate that? Like, what does that mean to you? The
What
Quran,
God means?
the
No.
word of the Quran?
No, God is the Almighty. He's the Creator, the Almighty. What does God mean to you? Is it not the Almighty? Truth?
God means truth.
Well, God, truth comes with Almighty, all powerful, all knowing, all seeing, all hearing. Would you not align all those together?
Agreed 100%.
That's.
But the word of God then differentiates.
It
Would you not
depends what
agree?
the Word of God is to you.
But by virtue of you saying that you're Muslim,
Because some
it would
people's
lead
God
me to
is.
believe you believe a certain way
Right.
versus a Christian versus a Jew, right?
Right.
And by the way, I want to get into this conversation
Yeah.
and understand that my questions, I'm not attacking you in any way.
No,
I'm genuinely trying to
ask
dig in.
anything. Bro.
Forgive me.
Anything.
So when
everything.
you say the word of God,
Right.
surely you understand that because God can be different for different people.
Right.
The word of God can be different for different people.
Right.
From the Torah to the Bible to the Quran,
Right.
the word of God is fundamentally different.
Mhm.
So when you say that, and by the way, I agree with what you were saying about the God is like, the supreme being. I agree with you 100%. And I would even go as far as to say that I truly believe that human beings can't comprehend a being such as God. But what does that mean for you when you say the word of God?
The Word of God to me, because I've read the Bible too,
Okay.
and
I haven't read the Quran, so that's
okay. So
you're
listen,
one up on me.
when I read the Bible, I noticed the Word of God too. You know what the Word of God is to me? The Word of God to me is everything that aligns with good. So some people's God is everything that aligns with bad. My God aligns with everything that's good.
Is
So
it
mine,
good and bad perspective though?
if you want to put it in that perspective, yeah. But do I know the difference between good and bad? Absolutely, I do.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. So
Don't you think you'd be put in positions where you have to do bad to do good?
no, I'm not saying to be put in the position. I know that I have free will and I understand what is good and what is bad. And I understand that sometimes I'm gonna go bad, but like I always know what's gonna be good. And if God forbid one day and I'm raised up, and everything I've done in my life was bad. Everything I've done in my life was bad. A little kid knows good from bad. You yell at a kid, he's gonna cry. You hug him, he's gonna smile. It's the same thing. So I'm a 28-year-old man. I know what's good. I know good from bad. I don't judge the people that do bad, even the people who believe in Satan and they do a holistic.
They could be wrong.
They could be wrong. I still respect them. I have nothing to say against them because
Do you respect them?
I do respect them. Yeah,
Really?
I do absolutely. But in case if they try to attack me, I'm gonna attack back. But I have to respect everybody, not just a cultist.
Why do you say you have to respect everybody?
Because if I don't respect somebody, how am I gonna expect somebody to respect me back?
I don't want
Satanists
to respect me.
I have to respect everybody in order for me to receive respect back. If I'm not respecting myself, if I'm not respectful of myself, I can't speak about respect.
Let me expand the question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the respect from people that are inherently wrong?
Yes, I
For
do.
them to respect
Yes,
you?
I do.
That's weird.
I want their
Why?
respect because they see something in me that they can respect. Even the people you're talking about is the people who don't have respect for anything. Right?
Yes,
The
yes.
people I'm talking about is people who see something in me that they can respect. They respect that. If you see something in me, maybe I have 100 more things in me that you can respect. All it's
I want to hyper focus on this because I think I understand, but I don't know if I do.
yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Surely there are people on this planet that you do not have alignment with at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you still want their respect?
I don't want their respect, but I'm gonna respect them. It's up to them if they don't respect me, brother. That's not on me. That's
okay,
on
then
them.
what is respect? Forgive me. I feel like we're nitpicking, but this is a good
Respect
conversation.
to me
Why would you respect them?
because I wouldn't want them saying that what I respect.
Why do you care?
It's not about caring. I wouldn't listen. It's about how you want to be, how you want other people to treat you. I'm not gonna treat you. Those people, listen, bro. Somebody that doesn't respect you, bro, is gonna disrespect you all the time, bro. Because they don't want respect from anybody else, bro. Because they don't respect at all. But when you respect something, bro, when I have respect towards something, when they disrespect me, it doesn't mean as much. You understand?
Help me understand, because I don't know if I do.
No, that's right.
Let me give you an example of something, and I'd be curious to hear your extrapolation of it. You're talking about an individual. Let's say this individual abhors Islam,
Okay.
is Islamophobic.
Okay.
Let's say he thinks that all Muslims should be deported from this from this nation.
Okay.
When you say that you have respect for him, let me give you an extra variable. I think that respect is earned. I don't think that people are born with respect. It goes back to the question that you asked me. If someone were to disrespect me and I told you that like I only put people in my life that I want so that I'll never I will never enter that confrontation. And if I do, that's clearly someone I don't care about anyway. Right. So my question to you is, if you have someone where there is no middle ground, you can't extend to them. They have shut down that bridge of there is no olive branch you can extend. When you say that you will respect them, I don't understand what you're saying.
You respect that their opinion is they have no olive branch to accept. My opinion is that I have everything.
The olive branch to give.
Right. So if you don't want to accept it, that's on you. Hopefully one day you will accept it, right? But it's the fact that like just because you don't want to accept it, I'm not gonna say fuck you too, right?
I think what you're doing is, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
But I think you're confusing the word respect. You're not giving them respect. You know what you're giving them?
What?
Grace. You're giving them grace.
That's true too, but with grace, sometimes
But grace is a gift. Who's the gift from? God.
right. But
God gives us grace.
So what is respect in your definition?
Respect is a
you say respect has to be earned, right?
Yeah. Respect is a mutual admiration of your life.
Okay.
So if you tell me, if I'm a Muslim, and you tell me that I don't belong in this land, how can I respect you? Now, I can give you grace. I can give you time.
Okay.
I can give you, an open door. I can give you the platform to speak to me and to conversate with me. But you don't have my respect. You don't have my fucking respect.
Not even a little bit.
You got to earn that shit. You got to earn that shit.
But there's different levels to it, bro.
give
Because
them
somebody
grace.
I don't even respect, I'm not even gonna,
I'll give them grace. The problem is words matter, because words are articulation for feelings, motives, and all these other things.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, no, I don't respect everybody mutually. I will give them grace because my God demands it.
Yeah.
I will give them grace. And can people change and all these other things? Absolutely. Greg, how many racists have you met in your life? People that hate black people.
Yeah.
Do you respect them?
Well, I can respect somebody's opinion. That's what I was saying.
Okay, you can respect the opinion, but then you give them grace. You respect that they could change.
Well, you still have to respect.
They come in the same thing.
But I don't
the same
agree.
thing,
I
bro.
don't agree with the statement. You have to respect. I don't. Agree
You
with
don't
that.
have to respect, but it's
don't-
better if you do respect. Bro.
I don't
I don't have
agree
to
with that.
respect anybody. I don't have to respect anybody.
I don't think it's better to have to respect them. I think
You don't have
give-
to respect their opinion. You don't think that's good?
I think you give them grace.
No, bro. It's grace is me. Grace is me. Grace isn't me looking at your opinion and saying, "Oh, let him think whatever he wants." Grace is me like standing here and being like, Grace is in a way sparing somebody from their own ignorance.
Yeah,
Yes.
agreed.
So respect is a whole different thing.
Agreed.
You know.
I give them grace. I don't give them respect.
Okay, but
I don't have to respect them.
you don't have to. But imagine if you do give them respect too.
Why would I give them that? Have they earned it?
They haven't earned it, but imagine one day they look back at your respect, because to me respect means a whole lot more than everything else. But still, respect is respect, bro.
I think
You're looking at it a little differently.
no,
bro.
no. I think, if I may,
Uh-huh.
I think that you're just a good guy. I hate to say it this way. You're a good guy.
Man,
Sorry.
I can't argue that.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm sorry. You're a good guy. And I think you're giving people something they don't deserve. And that's I'm going to say something, and I hope you don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you stay that way. But I fundamentally disagree with that approach, because I will give people what they deserve. And through the grace of God, a being greater than me, who is without sin, and I try to embody, I will give them grace. But yes, if you're a racist, I think less of you. I don't respect you. If you're Islamophobic or whatever, I think less of you. I don't respect you. If you don't like me, I think less of you. I don't respect you. But I will give you the grace and the time and the effort to listen to you in case you decide to change. But until you do, until you've done something to earn my respect, I don't respect you. And by the way, it works both ways. I don't demand respect. I hope through the life that I live, through the words that I've spoken, through the actions that I've taken, I will earn that respect. I am not given that respect by anybody. By the way, I don't want to be given respect. I want to earn it.
Yeah, me too.
I will demand respect, not from a position of power,
Yeah.
but from a position of my lived experience. You will respect me not because I deserve it, but because I've earned it.
I mean, you can look at it both ways, because somebody growing up the way they were.
Yeah. What if somebody's never experienced respect?
They're
before?
wrong.
Right, exactly.
They're not wrong.
No.
They're not wrong.
Perspective, guys. We're doing semantics right now. What you're trying to do is you're doing a straw man argument of like, well, what if all the variables were to lead to a certain
No,
thing?
it's not what if, because that exists. That exists.
I'm with you.
It's not what
But
if.
surely we can extend that it's the minority of the cases and not the majority.
Well, so
It's been brought up a certain way to where I
But-
can respect the viewpoint they got because that's their heritage. So
I don't think you respect them. I think you're giving them.
you're thinking.
I think you're giving them a kindness.
No, that's the thing.
Because they're ignorant and because you understand they're ignorant, you're extending a kindness to them. But do you respect them? Truly, look into your heart. When you say the word respect, I don't think you understand what you're saying. You don't respect them. What you're doing is you're giving them something they don't deserve. But what they don't deserve is called, by definition, grace. None of us deserve grace. None of us deserve the love and affection that God gives us. That's why we call it grace. And only God can give us it.
I can understand their way of thinking. So I can
Can you?
respect that.
Can you understand
I
racism?
mean, my people was brought up the same way. Like in the 60s and the 70s, there was no such thing as being, united.
Tori, do me a favor. Turn on your mic and put the mic towards him.
Yeah,
No camera is on you, but
Yeah, no, for sure. It wasn't no thing as far as being united back then. It was very segregated. Like, you know what I'm saying?
when you were coming up.
No, not when I was coming up. The generation before me.
Got you.
Like,
And for the record, you're how old?
I'm 35.
So you're around our age. So like the previous generation we're talking about,
a little older,
1960s,
but at the same time,
1970s,
I always
1980s.
wondered, like,
segregation, literally.
Yeah, because my parents, they like, they believe in what they believe in. I respect that, but at the same time, I'm not them, so I can respect their viewpoint because that's the culture they came up in.
We're arguing semantics. What I'm saying is you understand perspective and give grace, but you don't respect it because if you respected it, you would think the same way. I don't.
Yeah, but
I don't think the same way, and I don't respect it.
They're never going to change their way of thinking, so
I disagree with that.
Well,
I fundamentally disagree with that.
They've never changed their way of thinking. So
have you tried?
Know what I'm saying? Like my parents, they grew up in
it was a different time.
Yeah, different time, poverty society, being beat down by a certain race, and me.
You can say it out loud, brother. Come on.
Well, I mean,
you're not gonna hurt me. I'm foreign,
but
I'm olive. I'm not white.
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, offend her.
But I grew up in South County around a lot of white people. Went to a nice white school. You know what I'm saying. And
is that bad?
Is
that bad?
No, it's not bad. But I just don't understand their way of thinking. But I respect the way that they think because that's the system they came up in. So you feel me?
Let's expand this. I think there are nuance to respect. Like you can respect aspects of things. I was kind of going top
total
level,
respect,
high level.
No, yeah, of course.
That's what I was saying.
No.
So let's take a step back. I fully acknowledge that there are aspects of things I can respect. Like I can look at someone that chooses to be selfish, and I can respect their sense of greed. As far as fucked up as that sounds, right? Yeah. I respect the fact that you're gonna do what's in your best interest.
But at the
do
same
I respect
time,
the act?
You gotta give respect to get it. You feel me? Like I respect the racist person.
Like you said, respect has to be earned in a way.
Right? Yeah, I respect the racist person for their views, but at the same time, if you disrespect me, I'm not gonna give you no fucking respect. You feel me? Like, sorry.
Wouldn't you? Okay, so I hear you. Now let me ask you guys this to end this conversation. If someone were to show you disrespect, whatever that threshold is for you, right? It's a different metric for everybody. Right. But if someone were to disrespect you, and then that is the catalyst for you then to no longer respect them, the only difference between you and I is I didn't give them an option to, or I didn't give them the opportunity to disrespect me. The only difference between you and me is time.
Yeah, I mean, it might go back to being a good person because I'm always going to treat somebody. I'm always going to treat somebody the way I want to be treated. But then
the golden rule.
Once you
break that pact,
but colors, then
it's also what your threshold of allowing how much you're gonna,
Do you think? Let me ask you this. Forgive me, and forgive me, Greg. I love you. Thank you for the chime in. But let me ask you this: do you think I am off base? Do you think I'm wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay.
Because we both kind of align with the same thing. It's just that
difference in perspective.
Yeah, difference in perspective. You're looking at it in a different way. But in the same way, it's basically the same thing, probably the way.
I'll acknowledge that. I guess maybe I'm being a little hyperbolic, a little absolute. I guess what I'm trying to say is
you're looking at it from like a, I don't know how to, maybe like not a fighter.
Absolute.
Way. Yeah.
Right or wrong.
Yeah.
I think it all delves to that.
Yeah.
I think there's 50 shades of gray.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like you said earlier, like if you yell at a kid, they cry, and if you hug them, like even kids at their core knows what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
I would then add the paradigm of like you need to know when to do wrong to do right.
Exactly. Yes.
And that's why I go back to the thing of like the antithesis of this argument or this conversation is not let people deserve my respect
or your disrespect
or my disrespect.
Yeah.
In fact, I would go as far as to say, okay, I'll use you as an example. I don't know anything about you until today. My respect and admiration for Ilir extended to you because he threw his name out for you.
Yeah.
So you had a layer of respect or appreciation for me that you had not earned simply because we have a mutual acquaintance.
Exactly.
Now, over the course of a conversation, I get to know you, and you get to know me. Whoever knows where the conversation or the relationship lasts or extends to. But what I'm trying to say is you didn't earn that until today.
Right.
Now, I enjoy you.
Right.
I like the way you think.
Right. Okay.
We have a lot of things in common.
Okay.
I'm sure we don't see in common in all these other things, but like my respect for you as an individual exceeds the good in you exceeds the bad.
Okay.
And that's why I respect you.
So what would you call that, being able to extend that respect? What is that called?
In the absence I would call that grace. Meaning, if I don't respect your position, but I have to acknowledge your worthiness, that's grace.
Right.
But in the position of what would I call you earning my respect? Like, what would I call that?
Both. What would you call this? And then,
so if you haven't earned my respect, but I have to give you that which I'm not supposed to give you, but has been expended, you have to understand grace. I'm not deserving of grace. I'm a flawed, sinful creature, and the Bible tells me,
I am.
And the Bible tells me that God gives me that which I don't deserve. So if God is going to give me what I don't deserve, then the least I can do is extend that to you if you don't deserve it.
Okay.
But if you do deserve it, I call that the human condition. The human condition is admiration and respect. You've acquired that. You've earned that. You weren't born with it. You didn't just have it. You earned it.
Right.
So no, I don't agree with the statement I have to respect anything. I have to give grace because grace was given to me.
So what if everything I did tonight didn't earn your respect?
I'd still give you grace.
So
I wouldn't badmouth you. I wouldn't say
I would call that
you.
respect, man. I would still say you have to give me respect. Even though you gave me grace, grace is the first thing you have to do.
You can misconception that to however your brain allows.
No, that's
what
right.
I'm telling you is the truth. If you said a bunch of dumb shit tonight, I wouldn't respect you, but I'd still be respectful.
So you wouldn't.
That's grace that I'm extending to you. But you're asking
so you're
me a
saying
deeper
respect
philosophical.
and being respectful is two different things.
Yes.
Okay.
Haven't you ever been respectful to people you don't respect?
No, I understand.
You've given them grace.
No. Okay.
You've given them grace.
Okay.
I'm sure you've talked to people that are above you, that are dumber than you, and you're like, yes, sir, no, sir.
That's all we needed to understand.
But
being
no.
respectful and then having respect is two.
Two different things.
Yes.
Would you not agree?
No, I agree 100%.
So what I'm saying is, when you made the statement, the one thing that I disagree with, the only thing I disagree with is when you said, I have to give them respect. I disagree. They earn the respect. I will be respectful.
Well, that's what I meant.
I'll give grace. I'll give grace. Forgive me. It's semantics.
No.
It's semantics. But do you understand why I say words matter? Because when
words matter.
When we're trying to articulate the thought, when we're trying to coalesce, like, do we think the same thing? Yes or no? Now, after 25 fucking minutes of arguing about what respect means, we establish that that's what we're talking about. But the reason I go back to this is I think the majority of the problems in the world are extending respect to people that don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And if we just only gave them grace but didn't respect them, we'd be better off. There are a lot of opinions on this planet I don't respect. If you say some dumb fucking shit, I'll tell you said some dumb fucking shit. I don't believe that you should go to prison for it or should have your life taken for it. I'll give you a prime example. This whole thing with the Minnesota guy, you can be a Republican, a conservative, and an ICE supporter and also say that was an execution. Yeah, for sure. They're not binary.
I mean, both.
So I'm just saying there's room for nuance.
Yeah.
So I can be respectful and give grace and not respect you.
But wouldn't you ever, like, let's say
There's room for that.
Right.
Maybe you earn it.
Okay.
But what was the word there? Maybe you earn it.
Yeah.
You have to earn it.
Yeah.
You respected me today because for the same reason I respected you when you first came in.
Yeah.
Because Alir told you, someone you respected through years of knowing him or whatever, and you extended that respect to me. Now, after the conversation, maybe that is greater or less. I don't know, and I'm not going to ask. But you didn't give it to me. You extended it to me. The words fucking matter.
Yeah.
Words fucking matter.
They do.
So I didn't respect you. Now I do.
Right.
I've had a conversation with you. I like you.
Exactly.
I like the way you think.
You too, brother.
But you didn't. I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You today, in the last 2 hours and a half, earned that. And I think that we need to start valuing that. I don't have to fucking do anything. And I'll go a step further. There's not a goddamn person on this planet that can force me to do anything. Fucking make me.
Yeah.
But if you exemplify characteristics, I will gladly do it of my own volition.
Yeah.
You be a good person, I'll be a good person. Whatever good means.
Yeah.
We'll deduce that. You'll earn my respect.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You're right, bro.
I don't fucking know if I'm right. Maybe
no,
I'm wrong.
you're right.
The fuck do I know? I'm just a foreign man from a foreign fucking land.
Because, like, still with me, you have to earn my respect. But, like, what about this, bro? Have you ever gave somebody respect when they didn't deserve it?
Yes. I give them grace.
No, I've given them respect and grace. But, like,
Did you
still
respect them? Then you gave them grace.
All right, so let's say this. Let's say you respected him up until a point.
What you're saying is our culture is one that extends grace. I understand what you're asking.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of people in my life that I think are beneath me.
Yeah.
Beneath me.
I don't think you should hold your mouth or anything to anybody, bro.
I don't.
I'm the same way, bro. If
I
somebody
don't.
and my
If
dad
you're a
is the
fucking
same
idiot,
way
I'll
too.
tell you.
Yeah, and I'm the same way, bro. But it's like,
Tori, do I hold my tongue?
Never.
but like, don't you think God has told you to bite your tongue sometimes?
God told me to be truth.
Even if you did, I don't think you
God told me a bunch of God in His own scripture in His
No,
own writing.
I'm not talking about being true. What if you're being angry and you still have to pay the respect, but do you bite your tongue?
You're kind of extrapolating this now to the human condition.
No.
I once again say that I am not without fault.
No,
there
yeah.
are entirely possibilities where, like, maybe me and Greg have an interaction where, like, I yell at Greg. And
Right.
Greg is going to be upset with me. But does Greg, like, that interaction doesn't make him not respect me. It makes him, man, I respected you, and the way you treated me was really unkind. I feel hurt. That's completely
Or
different.
disrespected.
Or disrespected. Yeah,
Right.
100%.
Right.
But like, if I told Greg I hate black people, is that a bridge we can?
No.
Is that a bridge we can mend? You know what I mean? Greg, would you respect that position? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I like to hear where it came from, and then
Ye-
going back to where I respect your mind of thinking.
You can
Yeah.
understand. I
No,
don't think you were. I
no,
don't think
bro.
you
Because
respect-
even people who hate Muslims, who hate, I respect them. Even
I
people
don't
who hate
respect it.
Jews, I respect them, bro. You hate them for whatever your reason is. Let me know what your reason is, and I'll respect your
if
opinion.
you told me that you hate me because I'm wearing a beige suit,
Right.
I don't respect that.
So your opinion is better than mine. What you think is
For
good.
me, isolated, yeah, it's my
Okay,
life. Yes,
okay.
my opinion is better than yours.
For me, it is too. But
Agreed.
okay, but what I'm
So then, where do we meet in the middle? Where do we meet in the middle?
mutual respect.
But where does that come from?
Understand it, like you said.
Earning it. Earning it.
Not even that. They
Earning it.
ignorant to the fact, but
Yeah. What if they're ignorant? What if they never earned your respect? You,
Then you give them grace.
man,
No,
give.
'cause like Muslim people,
Do you respect the retards in the fucking world that are inept and
You have
and-
to respect them because
No, I
it's not-
disagree.
bro. What?
I don't have guys. I love you.
No, but listen.
There's not a force on this planet that's gonna make me do anything. I don't have
You don't
to
have
do anything.
To, but what if you did do it?
I'm giving them something they don't deserve. Why would I do that?
Okay, there we go. You give them something they don't deserve.
That's
bro.
grace.
Oh my God.
I
Not
don't
in every
deserve-
sense. Not
I
in
don't
every sense.
deserve the love and affection of God. That's
Okay,
grace.
okay,
It's circular logic.
Okay, what if somebody doesn't deserve the respect and everything from God? You still respect them.
You give them grace.
All
This is
right,
the
bro.
most Balkan.
I'll-
This is the most Balkan.
I swear to God,
podcast
I'll agree to
ever.
disagree. Because I still
I-
love,
I
love
will-
you
I
like
will
a
say
brother and
this.
everything, and I'll still believe you're right, bro. I'll still believe
No,
I'm wrong, but like
I think you're better off.
the way
than
I'm
me.
articulating maybe isn't right.
No,
maybe.
I think your approach is better than mine. I think I'm a cunt. First of all,
No, fuck no, you're
like
not.
I think as an individual. No,
Fuck
I
no.
am. No,
No, he's not.
But
I am.
No, he's not.
everything can be solved by.
No, he's not. It depends what your opinion of cunt
Agreed.
is. Maybe
No.
that's not my-
Greg said something. He said everything can be solved by a conversation.
Yeah.
But what if I were to tell you there are the extreme circumstances where that can't be, and that is the exception, not the rule. So I agree with you. I do agree with you. The vast majority of things can be solved with a conversation. But lest us not forget, there is the extreme circumstances of the people that cannot be reasoned with.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
that exclusively is when violence needs to be met.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. 100%.
Back in the day, people didn't understand.
Give him the mic. Sorry.
No, people didn't understand the hijab.
No, Tori, sorry. Give him the mic so that we can hear what he's saying. Because if you don't talk, we're not hearing what you're saying. Sorry.
It's not about the hijab, bro, because
Sorry.
No, but
Mary
I'm saying people
Mary was
didn't
just like that
understand
too.
the hijab back in the day, but-
Ignorance.
Right, but
right.
then through
But
understanding-
there's another level where people
right
where
They didn't
there's no
understand
reason.
it's part of the religion, so like
That's not even
Not
bro.
understanding something and choosing not to understand
Right.
something are two different things.
right.
Yeah,
One is
that's-
ignorance because it's the lack of knowledge. One is
But
something.
but they painted like a certain picture, and it wasn't that. You feel me? So that's what I was. trying to get to.
Surely we can all attest. Let me extrapolate with this. Surely we can all attest that in human history, especially U.S. history, that history is written by the victors. Yes, but more importantly, history is hindsight 2020. Meaning, in the time they didn't realize how wrong they were.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like what I'm saying is there have been ample examples of at the time people being incorrect.
Yeah.
But the variable in that is today, our time.
Yeah.
And
But-
what we don't know is maybe in 100 years, different variables are at play.
No, but I'm saying the tide changes through
Agreed.
conversation,
for sure.
understanding,
Agreed.
For sure.
not being ignorant to the fact of what.
How do you
it really is.
I hate to say this because like you're a black man, but like the reason why I harp on the 13th and the 16th Amendment is because the 13th Amendment abolished slavery.
Right.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Tori, Google this. The 16th Amendment was the woman's right to vote. Okay. I believe I'm correct, but if I'm not, it's either the 16th or 18th. Don't hold me to it.
Yeah, it might have been so.
16th Amendment?
It was not the 16th.
What was it? Women's right to vote. Was it the 18th? Might be the 18th Amendment. Sorry, guys.
It was prohibition of alcohol.
Oh, then there was a amendment after that to reverse that. What was the right to vote? Jesus Christ, that's recent. Jesus.
Yeah, women's right. Yeah.
Some would say we were wrong about that.
Let's see, that was the 19th.
Oh,
Oh
So
shit.
the next one.
very nice one. We took out alcohol and we said maybe the women should vote.
Yeah, it was passed by Congress on June 4th, 1919, and ratified on August 18th of 1920.
Okay. Long story short, what I'm trying to say is these amendments that changed the trajectory of our nation were like at the time seen as taboo or
Yeah, no, for sure.
full of conflict. And then history has proven the victor right.
Right. Yeah.
Racism seems stupid now, doesn't it?
Yeah, no,
But it made sense
still
150
exists,
years
though,
ago.
So that's the only thing is, like,
All-
you know.
All I'm saying is, and I love this conversation, by the way, gentlemen.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All I'm saying is, I think that in a world where we feel like we have to earn something versus we are given something, we will allow for individuals to arise to that occasion versus making them feel like they deserve something. I don't believe in entitlement. You deserve nothing. You get fucking nothing
And you got to work for everything. Too,
unless
so.
you work for it. Unless you work. And by the way, I'll give you the grace that you deserve to earn that.
Right.
But you have to earn that.
Yeah.
I give you fucking nothing, just like nothing was given to me.
I definitely understand 100%.
Yeah.
So.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen. Greg.
Johnny. Was this what you expected? Forgive me. 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Bro,